my life.
There we go. I guess I better do that.
Oh, yep. Pull it up here.
Is it working? Is this thing on?
It appears to be. Let's see. Who's in
Looks
there?
like it. Herman Munster's in there. Happy Halloween, Herman. Super Deuce, Jordan Ford, East Coast Raider, Wyoming Raider is in there. Appreciate all of you jumping in.
Looks like there's a game tonight.
Thursday night episode.
On a Thursday? Is this weird? I didn't see Paul.
I hope he's not on the other chat. Yeah, we had a little bit of a false start there.
It happens.
All right, here we go. Episode number 384, Raiders Fan Radio, coming at you live.
What's up, guys? It's Richie Incognito, Las Vegas Raiders. I'm here at Raiders Fan Radio. Let's go, Raiders.
Hey, it's Mike Garofalo, NFL Network here in the home office, and you are listening to the Raiders Fan Radio podcast, taking that lighter journey into the dark side with Murf, Swag Jeff, and Michelle. She's got great hair. It's a little pink, it's a little purple, whatever it is. I'll tell you what, if I could grow it, I would sign up for that color today. So listen to her and the entire crew as they give you all the information on the Raiders on the podcast that benefits the One Nation Foundation. It's a great cause. It's a great pod. Tune in, turn it up. Here it comes. All that Raiders info and takes coming at you right now.
Jackpot, baby. Raiders Fan Radio.
Oakland, LA, Oakland, Vegas, Raider Nation, wherever, forever. You got your old Uncle Mosh and Raiders Fan Radio from Murf's Man Cave, taking a lighter journey into the dark side. Sit back, put your feet up, pop a top, and enjoy the ride. Here we go!
Look left, look right, Paletnikov, a leaping pass, touchdown!
We miss you, we love you, and we'll see you in the Hall of Fame.
When you have great coaches, then after you have great coaches, you get great players. You have a great organization, and you tell them one thing: just win, baby.
Way up the middle, intercepted Filipiano at the 50, time running down, Oakland football, and I think Oakland victory. The Oakland Raiders have scored on the most zany, unbelievable, absolutely impossible dream of a play.
Well, I love this team. I think this team can win. I think this team can win.
You are listening live to Raiders Fan Radio. Take it away, guys.
Why, thank you, Brett Musburger. What is up, Raider Nation? Your buddy Murf back once again for what we trust will be a fantastic Fantastic episode of Raiders Fan Radio, episode number 384 of Raiders Fan Radio, coming to your ear holes live on a Thursday night because somebody was in sunny Florida for the past few days. And
It wasn't me.
me and Miss Valerie were down there enjoying some Rays, a little bit of a half work, half vacation trip. It was lovely. And so, you know, I was telling Michelle here just before the show started, there is something really cool about YouTube TV because you can literally be poolside watching games on your phone, sipping a cocktail. And then if it's time to go down to the beach, you just bring your phone with you and you just keep on watching. But anyways, appreciate you, Raider Nation, for joining us live on this Thursday night recording of Raiders Fan Radio, episode number 384, Raiders Fan Radio. And we'll get to our episode number and what's significant about 384 here in just a minute. But in the meantime, I want to tell you about the good folks at Believe and the Believe Network. They are the audio supporters of Raiders Fan Radio. And you can find our podcast on any audio podcast service just by searching for Raiders Fan Radio. So we appreciate you all very, very much for doing that, and appreciate everybody that's supporting us live here on the YouTubes. That is at youtube.com/Raiders Fan Radio, where you can find us normally on Wednesdays, every Wednesday at 4 p.m. Pacific, 7 p.m. Eastern, here on the occasional Thursday as well. And you can jump in there with the absolute best chat room there is in all of sports, if you ask us, but definitely within Raider Nation. And I'll leave it to Michelle to shout out that chat room. But so many of our good friends are already in there joining us live there on the YouTubes. And then the other place that you can join us is on the social medias. So find us on the social medias. Most everything is at Raiders Fan Radio, but you can also find me. You can find Michelle on there. You can find Swag Jeff. You can even find Uncle Mosh. He's never on there, but it's probably me tweeting you back from Uncle Mosh's account anyways, but you can find Uncle Mosh in there. You can find everybody on there. And so we encourage you to follow us there and help support Raiders Fan Radio, because Raiders Fan Radio is the really the what am I trying to say? The building block
Sure. Yeah.
for our nonprofit, for lack of a better term. Yeah, I'll come up with something way more clever the more this goes on, because I'll be imbibing a little
That's
further
right.
and further. Yeah,
That's where the good stuff
my
comes.
creativity just starts to just starts to flow. I enter into a flow state, but not because of meditation, but because of White Claw surges. Yeah.
That's a lot faster.
Yeah.
Get you there faster.
I saw somebody the other day on social media. They're like, "How come there's no fast-acting antidepressants?" I'm like, "I got one right here."
I can name a few, actually.
Yeah. But anyways, appreciate all of those of you supporting us the way that you do, because with that nonprofit, we support great Raiders-related charities like the good folks at Raider Dad, and also the Bolitnikoffs and the Bolitnikoff Foundation, where we're getting ready to write them just here at the end of this month a check for $10,000 based on your generosity. So thank you all for that. Not only for the donations directly, for the fundraising that we've done through giveaways, through the super chats, which again we'll shout those out. You can become a member, like Yoshi just did in there. Yoshi just gifted out some memberships to the channel. Only cost you $5 a month, and 100% of that money goes to the foundation, and you get some cool emojis, and you get your name in green. And so thank you, Yoshi, for doing that. It was very, very kind. Let's see. What else is in there, Michelle? Is that it? I shout everybody out?
There are actually a couple of super chats.
Okay, please take it. Well, let me introduce you first.
Okay.
Okay. So it's just me and Michelle tonight. No Swag Jeff.
Womp womp.
Well, or some people might be like,
Well, they might be like, hell yeah.
Just go straight over there to my best friend that's adorning the left side of the Murf fan cave. Not even a desk anymore.
I know.
But Michelle's adorning her own desk
My
nowadays.
own desk.
Welcome in, Michelle. Oh, wait, hang on. Let me do that again.
Oh, I was
but
late. Okay.
No, it was me. I messed up because I didn't have the camera on you. Okay, one more time. Welcome in, Michelle. Hey.
No, it's been forever, and I'm really, 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 really glad to be back. Football's back. Like, everything is right with the world, aside from the fact that we lost, but we'll talk about that. But I want to shout out the super chat. So Jay Morris left a $5 super chat. There were some positives, like the defense looked really good. Genty is really good. If we just they just have to block, he has to block. Laulu has 3 sacks. Bring on the commies. And then it's your boy Manny with a $5 super chat. I'm sorry to say everyone is quick to chop Smith at the knees, but Meredith can't hike the ball or block for shiz. Way too many mistakes. Yeah, I agree with that.
Oh, yeah, that was rough.
I agree with that. It was rough. Okay, so we got Yoshi's in there, Ron's in there, Jordan Ford, Scott Sweaty, Daniel Mangus, Cam Dot, Jerome Clemens. Oh my gosh, I think I might need glasses. Herman Munster's in there.
You have glasses.
I have. Well, so I mean readers. I'm talking about so I can see up close.
Oh, glasses.
I'm gonna start doing that trombone.
That's Uncle
And
Mosh
I don't
style
want to do
right
that.
there. Yeah, he got the surgery.
Oh,
He
yeah.
got the LASIK or whatever, and he's like, it's changed my life. Like,
I don't know. There's something about surgery on my eyes that just really, I can't.
Yeah,
I would
okay.
just rather get the readers. There's 15 pairs across my house just in case I need them in a pinch. They're everywhere. I don't know. There's just something about that. What is it? Whatever the 0.5%, that would be me. And I would
I got you.
not
Yeah,
be able to see
yeah.
when it's over. And that just terrifies me.
Which you can't see now, then you just go with it.
Well,
Michelle.
that's true. That's true. That's true. But I can see a little. and that's really, I just want to be able to see a little.
All right, so apparently I'm shouting out the chat tonight because I'm wearing glasses. So.
Well, hold on. I can shut them out now. Here we go. No, I'm just kidding. I'm just kidding.
Appreciate everybody that's in there. Jordan, let's see, I can't see that. Jordan Ford, Herman Munster, it's your boy Manny, Joshua's in there, James Furpo is in there, YO Raider is in there. Let's see, Silber and Schwartz. Oh man, I wish I could say that right. It's German.
Yeah.
Oh darn it! How do you pronounce that?
Oh.
It's Deutsche.
Deutsche?
Deutsche? Is that right?
Know.
Der Deutsche Raiders Talk. Anyways, greeting from Munich,
That
Germany.
was really good, Murph. That was good. I feel like that was good.
Was that good?
It sounded good. Let's chat. Was that good? It sounded good to me.
We appreciate you being in the. Wow, that's great, man. And Ron Mater, of course, is in there holding it down. Scott Sweaty is in there. Cam is in there. Daniel Mangus is in there. Herman Munster. Happy Halloween. Jerome Clemens is in there. So many of our very, very good friends in there. Trinidad is in there. What's up, Trin? Been a minute since we heard from Trinidad. And Road Code is in there. East Coast Raider. Man, there we go. And he says Deutsch. All right, there we go. So there you go. So I was pretty close. Mm-hmm. All right. So speaking of Halloween, so for those of you that are newish around here, there's an issue here in the fan cave. Oh. Let me set it up like this. Mm-hmm. There's an issue here in the fan cave, and that issue is that especially this time of year when there's games going on, pre-show conversation between these two, between Michelle and Swag Jeff, always ends up. Do you feel accused? Me? Always ends up. They talk about the Raiders, and I'm like, "Will you guys shut up and will you save it for the show? Like, let's wait and talk about the Raiders when we get on the show. Don't talk about the Raiders before, because then it's not going to be fresh conversation. Yeah. It's going to feel stale. It's like, so don't talk about the Raiders, and that's why they call me Podcast Dad, because I'm over scolding them for talking about the Raiders. So every October, in order to keep the two of them from chatting about the Raiders, we watch scary movies and that the three of us had never seen, so that way we can chat about the scary movie that we had watched that past week. So that's coming up quickly.
Yeah.
So, and for those of you that don't know, Michelle's, I would even, is an obsession a fair word to call it about?
Sure, yeah.
Halloween?
I'm obsessed. Yeah, absolutely. Yeah. Absolutely.
And so, Halloween's kind of a big deal to all of us anyways. And especially Michelle.
It's a big deal to me.
That's a big deal. That's some lifestyle shit. That's like,
it is.
I don't want you to force you to rank, but
No.
if we're talking, we know your Raider fandom is at 100 all the time.
Yeah.
Is your Halloween fandom I don't want to say 100 because then that doesn't give Halloween any room to be higher.
No, so Halloween I love, but my obsession with oddities and curiosities is probably right up there with my obsession with the Raiders. Because like Halloween and Halloween is big, but like my animatronics that stay out year round, the ventriloquist dummies that I have, the carousel horses that I have, like those sort of odd antiques, old dolls, like that's probably more the obsession than Halloween. But Halloween is up there too. It's up there too.
And because Halloween is the celebration
it sort
of all that
showcases
stuff.
all those things.
Right. Yeah. I got you. Okay.
It gets a little trickier when I try to fill them into my Christmas decor. That changes things a little bit, but I do.
But it works
because I do a Victorian Christmas, and Victorian they had creepy toys.
They had creepy stuff, man.
It works.
Yeah. No, it works.
Yeah,
and
but Halloween is up there. It is very much up there. Yes,
absolutely. And you're fond of scary movies, and so that's why we watch the scary. Jeff can't stand.
Oh,
it's like we're the perfect
Jeff.
balance because it's like Michelle loves it. And then Jeff is afraid of it. And then I'm the guy in the middle going like, like let's watch it. You know what I mean? Because I enjoy them. But yeah. But anyway, so it's a lot of fun. And
Poor
so
Jeff, though, we really do put him through it this time of year.
We put him through it this time of year. We take him to haunted houses and all kinds of stuff.
Bless his heart.
I'll tell a real quick story about Jeff just because he's not here to defend himself. Was it last year before? Anyways, we all went with a group trip. There was the six of us went. It was for the Nashville Nightmare does a haunted house, and they do a Christmas version of it. Mm-hmm. So it's freezing cold outside. It's like 20 degrees outside, and they have all these outdoor bars and all these really cool haunted houses and all this stuff. So we start off, and Swag Jeff is all the way in the back, like right in between like his wife and Lamont, like trying to stay tucked away in the group. You know what I mean? So he doesn't get attacked. Eyes closed, like chicken, right? But then as the night goes on, because there's all these hidden bars inside the haunted houses, he's getting his liquid courage up. So then by the time we get to the last haunted house, he's like, I got this, guys. And Swag Jeff goes leading the six of us through there. And the dude on the trapeze, do you remember that?
Yeah. Oh, my
dude comes flying up Jeff on this trapeze, and Swag Jeff goes 4 feet into the wall on the other side, scared shitless. He goes, okay. Then that was the last time Swag Jeff let us in the haunted house. Oh my gosh, it was so damn funny.
He thought he had it. He thought he had it. Just for a little bit, he did.
He just,
damn it, he did for just a minute.
Liquid courage will get you just only so far, man. Oh my gosh. So anyway, so appreciate all of those of you that are joining us live tonight.
What's the first movie that we're watching? Is it Ready or Not? Is it that
it's Ready or Not. Yeah, we're going to do Ready or Not. So check that out. It's I don't know. We used to tell everybody, be like, here's where you find it. Shit, just Google it. You'll figure it out. You'll find the movie. But Samara Weaving is in it. So when you see her, then you'll know that you're in the right spot. So Ready or Not coming up. All right. So without further ado, I'm going to play some contact info.
That's a good idea.
And then I'm going to tell you about one of our advertisers tonight. So I have contact info now. Here we go.
Woo! Hey, Raider Nation. You got your old Uncle Mosh here with an updated contact info.
Oh, no.
So sit up, zip up, shut up, and pay attention. You can call us at 909-345-3346. Or as Murf would say it, 909-345-3346. How about emailing me? You want to email me? Email me at show@RaidersFanRadio.com. Or what about reaching out to us on some of that social media stuff Swaggy likes? Try Facebook at Raiders Fan Radio Podcast. The Twit at Twitter at Raiders Fan Radio. Insta something. Instagram at Raiders Fan Radio. The tiki-tiki-taki-talk. TikTok at Raiders Fan Radio. Or what about the Twitch? Some of you out there twitching. Anyway, Twitch at Raiders Fan Radio. Or if you don't like that, go to the YouTube. America, go to the YouTube. YouTube.com/Raiders Fan Radio. Oh my God, if that wasn't enough, go to your podcast provider and search Raiders Fan Radio. Holy crap, that was a lot.
Good. Nicely done. Nicely done. Nailed it. Hey, shout out the chat room real quick, Michelle, before I jump into this.
All right, PSP Raiderette's in there. Raider
PSP.
Lorian, Matthew Mangus, Paul, you made it.
Hey,
Good to
what's up,
see
Paul?
you. Martin's in there. Let's see who else we got. Elon Bush is in there. Let me scroll a little bit and see who else we got. Raider Paul, Foxy Scorpio.
Nice.
Raider Craig, Yoshi, Daniel Mangus, Trinidad's in there. Everybody's in there. Yoshi's in there.
Awesome, man. Appreciate all of those.
Vibe's in there.
Oh, what's up, Berber? up there looking all tan, I'm sure, you know.
I'm jealous too.
After she laid around on the beach for 4 days. It was nice. It was awesome. All right, so let's talk about FanDuel. Speaking of the beach, let's talk about FanDuel. How's that for a segue?
That was seamless.
Just
the hell did you do that?
Pro. So let's talk about FanDuel. So a little bit before the show, not because the great folks at FanDuel are now sponsors of this show and most of the Believe Network, and we are so very thankful for them. They are supporters of some big time podcasts out there. And the idea that they partner up with Little Old Raiders Fan Radio is just amazing. And so we are. We're celebrating the folks at FanDuel by utilizing the app because it is the #1 sports app. If you ask me, it is super easy to use. It is, the super. It's a lot of times we've done others. I don't know if we're supposed to talk about this or not, but I'm just going to say it because we've done others that we've had other sports betting apps, and they're not as fluid and they're not as good as FanDuel. I love FanDuel. It's easy to log in. It's easy to find the games. It's easy to find the parlays and any of the different bets that you want to make, the teams you want to bet on, the play. Like it's super easy to use. So we cannot recommend it enough. But Michelle was saying that she's like, because I've had a run on FanDuel. I've been doing awesome, man. Like I'm crushing it on FanDuel. Now, while we were out of town over the weekend, it didn't work because we were out of state, but I made all my bets before we left. And so then when I came back home, I'm like, because I couldn't remember every single one that I made. And so I logged in and I'm like, all right. Nice. I'm like, there's the balance looking nice. I'm like, okay, I did all right over this weekend. And shout out University of Tennessee and shout out Middle Tennessee State University. Getting it done, man. Those two games were big for me this week. But I was talking to Michelle and you were saying, you're like, I'm getting ready to lock in. I'm getting ready to start using FanDuel. And I said, well, we've got a FanDuel segment. And you said, okay, this might be a good opportunity to learn a couple things about it. So we're going to kind of do a little bit of FanDuel 101 on the Raider game. Perfect. Okay. And you're not totally unfamiliar with sports betting. You and I, when we were down there for Blitnikoff last year.
That's right. Yeah.
We bet on the stupid Giants.
Fucking Giants.
Oh my gosh. Against the Cowboys. And they missed a field goal. That was rough.
Oh, that was rough.
That was
rough. It was cruising and then way to go.
I was like, all right, well, back to penny slots Vegas. And freaking Vegas. But not at FanDuel. At FanDuel, it goes much better. And so for the game predictions this week, we're going to look at the FanDuel odds and we're going to pick the money line and the spread. And then I'm also going to give you the over-under on the game. So, so the Raiders, of course, are traveling to Washington. And we're going to talk lots about this a game at Washington, do a little preview for you coming up. But in terms of the betting, so the money line is plus 156. Okay. So the money line is when you pick a team to just win outright. Okay. Because the Raiders are an underdog. The Raiders are not favored to win. So it's a plus 156, which means if you bet $100 on the Raiders to win and they won, you'd get paid $156 for a $100 bet. Okay. So you'd get $256 back from FanDuel. Okay. So that's the money line, which I bet the money line for the Raiders against the Chargers and not so hot. You know what I mean? I took a bath on the Raiders this week. Okay. But then
the first bath we've taken on the Raiders. That's okay.
That's I know, right? My fandom gets kicked square in the nuts and then also my pocketbook as well. But then because they're an underdog, they're a plus 3.5 point underdog. So that means that the Raiders, if you look at the start of the game, when in the game, it's 0-0. But if you could imagine that at the start of the game, it's 3.5-0.
Oh, okay.
So the Raiders are automatically getting basically a field goal plus a half a point. So that means if Washington scores a field goal right out of the gate, the Raiders are still in the lead for betting purposes because it's then 3.5-3. And then you kind of go from there. So if at the end of the game, if the Raiders are within 3 points of the Commanders, you win money on the Raiders.
Whether they win or lose.
Whether they really win or lose. So if we lose 27-30, the Raiders lose, but you get paid. Okay. Because you're getting that 3.5. And then the over-under is 50.5. So that's the collective score at the end of the game between both teams. So this last game that we saw was 20-9. So the under hit. Okay. So if you bet, and I forget what the under was, it was 40-something points. I bet the over. Shame on me. I thought we might score some touchdowns.
That's some touchdowns, maybe. Who would have thought? what?
Home
Who would've thought
opener.
home opener.
Let's no.
Forgive us for
instead. Our quarterback's just going to throw YOLO balls.
so bad.
We'll get to that too. But anyway, so 50.5. So they're expecting a relatively high scoring game. So that means that if the game ends and it's 30-20, well, then the under hits because it's 50.5, right?
Okay.
So you would need a 33-20 win because then the collective score would be 53, then the over hits.
Okay.
You feel me?
Oh, yeah.
Okay. So I should have done this, titled it More Fundamentals.
Yeah.
I gotta remember to do that.
This is good too. This is
Okay, so those are the
helpful.
3 big bets. Okay, for the Raiders. So you got the money line plus 156, 3.5 point underdogs, and then 50.5 for your over under. Then from there, you can really start to have fun with it. It's like, you know how like when we play craps, how you have like your standard bets and then you get like your bonus bets and stuff. And you're like your one-off stuff. Those are kind of like your anytime touchdown bets.
Okay.
So like last week, I had Bowers and Genty on anytime touchdowns because again, crazy me, I thought we might score. But they didn't clearly. But those would be like anytime touchdown scores.
Oh, okay.
Okay, so you would bet, and so Genty and Bowers and all the Raiders will have different odds, right? So like they'll have a plus something or a minus something or whatever the odds are on them scoring,
right.
And then you get paid accordingly on that. So make sense?
And you can do that separate from. You don't have to even do the other one. You can do those
on their own.
On their own. Oh,
yeah,
okay.
and you can even parlay those. So if
Okay.
you think Bowers and Genty are going to get into the end zone, or if you think that Bowers is going to score a touchdown, well then someone's got to throw it to him.
Oh, yeah.
So you pick Geno Smith 1+ touchdown and Brock Bowers to score an anytime touchdown. I don't know if you can parlay those per se, but you can bet them both.
Yeah,
you know what I mean?
Okay.
Kind of like in fantasy football when you handcuff players and stuff. You know what I mean?
Right. Okay.
So anyway,
cool. Yeah, no, that's great. That's great.
So those are fun. So parlays, they're tough to hit, but when you do, they have massive multipliers.
Yeah.
And so they're big ones. So like I have tonight, I have James Cook scoring an anytime touchdown. And I have Josh Allen scoring an anytime touchdown. Okay. So if the two of them hit, then that parlay hits.
Yeah.
So anyways,
Okay.
so it's a lot of fun, man.
Yeah.
And FanDuel's great, man. Again, I can't recommend it enough. It's super easy. Shout out the good folks at FanDuel. We love them so very, very much and their support of this show. Oh, I got to bring up ads because Jeff's not here not ads, but what do we call those things? I don't know. Sound bites, drops.
Oh,
breaks.
I guess sound. Breaks.
Sure. Okay.
Yeah. Oh, that's right. He's not here.
He's not here. So let's hit a break, but then let's hit a break, but then let's hear from Jeff.
Yeah.
What's up, Raider Nation? It's your boy Will Compton. You're listening to Raiders Fan Radio. Tune in because they fucking put out a banger podcast.
My name is George Keeler. Played defensive guard for the Raiders in Super Bowl 11, and I'm a fan of Raiders Fan Radio.
Oh, there we go. We have one more.
For
our Englishmen out there.
Britannia rules the waves. This is Keith Smith, the Crusader Raider, calling you from London, England. And you're listening to Raider Fan Radio. And we're in Murf's Cave, and I tell you, this is the only place you need to be. Go Raiders!
Hey, where did he say we are, Michelle? Did you catch that?
No.
He said we're in Murf's fan cave.
Yeah, he did.
Murf's
fan cave.
So that takes me to our first segment of the night. Let's talk about some pendejos.
Let's talk about some pendejos.
Pendejo. 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 Pendejo.
So I got to tell you about the pendejos for those of you that are that didn't notice it or haven't been paying attention to what we do when we play around there on the Twitter space. The Los Angeles Chargers and their crack media team featured Murf's Fan Cave in one of their shit-talking videos about the Raiders. And this came to all of our surprise yesterday. when they did this, the meme setup or whatever was the new Ice Cube movie, and apparently I haven't seen it yet, The War of the Worlds, but he's supposedly like a podcaster or some sort of studio or whatever, and he's reacting adversely to the things that he's watching. So they took him and green screened him over literally my old fan cave that was at my old house. And it was like, holy shit. Like because the Chargers media team, we can sit here and talk shit about them, but they're really good. Like they're renowned. They're renowned for being like, one of the better ones for NFL teams, if not the best one out there. So there was part of me was flattered. I'm like, okay. I'm like, that's kind of cool. They used that. But then part of me, I'm like, part of my language, I'm like, well, fuck you guys. You know what I mean? Like, I'm like, damn it, man. Like, because we got the crap beat out of us, Michelle. You know what I mean? So I'm already a little, was feeling a little raw in my fan emotions anyways. And to see that, but I was like, but I say the F you guys, but I mean that jokingly. But like,
no, because for them to think that Ice Cube, if he was going to be in a podcast studio, that was what it would look like. I mean, I think they were giving us props. I think is what they were doing.
I took it as a compliment.
Yeah.
I definitely took it as a compliment, and we're going to have...
It sure made their page look better.
Oh, amen to that.
So
put a little silver and black on it.
We should just be in their comment section. Hey, if you want to listen to a Raiders podcast, we just need to just be flooding that.
Or just give them more pictures.
Yeah.
Well, here's some more pictures of the shit that we do.
Here's the upgrade. This is new. In case you're looking for any more inspiration, here you go.
Here's the new version of the fan cave. Hey, you know what I'm going to do? Excuse me, Charge media team, will you please use the new studio if you're going to steal our shit? Yeah, use the new studio instead of the old one. But no, it was funny, man. I was flattered by it, and so still though, yes, they are pendejos because they're the Chargers media team. Yeah. But we're going to have a little bit of an answer for them, and we know we got to make sure that it's solid because we're taking on this. It'd be David taking on Goliath here. But we've been in this sports shit talk landscape long enough. We can hold our own. We dabble in that. And so we could definitely going to have something for them in response, but be on the lookout for that. But anyway, so as I mentioned here, it is episode number 384 of Raiders Fan Radio, and our best friend and yours, Swag Jeff, always ties our I'll get it out. Ties our episode number back to something significant within Raider Nation. And Swag Jeff, who do we have tonight?
Murf, Michelle. It's your boy Swag Jeff. What's up, Raider Nation? Hey, each and every week we take a significant moment within Raider Nation and relate it back to the episode number, and this episode number is 384. And this one's a little special. It's very simple, it's very short, it's very sweet, but it's very meaningful. We got our number 3 Lombardi in 84.
Oh.
That's 384. Have a good show.
That's a good one.
Oh, boy, Swag.
I like that one. Yeah.
That was really good. That was really good. Good stuff.
Foxy Scorpio said only 3 people saw it, Murph. That Chargers, which is actually, honestly, that's probably more Raiders fans saw that than Chargers fans, actually.
Absolutely, yeah. It was funny. There was a whole mixture of responses. There was a lot of, most everybody kind of was like played along like we did, whatever. But there was some folks that are like, they stole your IP or whatever. You need to sue them. And I'm like, no.
Okay.
Like, it's playful, man. Like, I don't counter that stuff with
all
negativity.
Exposure is good exposure, or whatever that quote is.
I mean, if there's anything about us in this show, it's that we don't take ourselves too seriously, for crying out loud.
Yeah.
Like, when I say we're 3 knuckleheads in a basement talking about our favorite football team, like I genuinely mean that.
Yeah.
So it's
but
not.
If we're gonna get serious, we did have a super chat.
Oh, please do. Yes.
East Coast Raider with a $10 super chat.
Thank you, East Coast Raider.
Raider Nation for life, 16-1. I like it. Because I was kind of pissed off because the Chargers blew, I'm 13-4 and we got that first win and I had that a W. I did have us beating the Chargers, so they kind of blew my. So this Sunday we have to beat the Commanders and that'll even things out because I had that as a W. So I had that as a loss. Okay. So if they can win, then it'll cancel out and I'll still be on track for 13-4.
Okay, I got you.
So I'll still be on track.
Well. I didn't want to, whatever. We only spent 30 minutes avoiding the Raiders. I guess we should probably talk about them. So thank you for that, Michelle. But, all right. So we'll talk about this stupid game. But we've got some things to get to. We've got some sound bites to get to. I really want to steer the conversation towards next week. Not totally dwell on this because, listen, It was shit, man.
Ooh,
it just, there's no way around it. There were a few positives in there, and we lead with positivity around here, but we'll get to positivity at the end. I want to end on the positivity.
Yeah.
But I mentioned Gino throwing the YOLO balls, man. Here it was like a week ago. We were praising him for trusting his receivers and, giving a guy like Dante Thornton a shot at a one-on-one and a 50-50 ball and that kind of stuff. And then here we got to this week where the Raiders were, I don't know if you saw this, Michelle, they were 6th in pass protection. Like the pass protection was actually pretty good. As bad as people look at the offensive line, statistically, when you look at how they held up in pass protection, it was actually pretty good for what it was compared to the rest of the league.
Okay.
Now, running game, different story.
Yeah.
I mean, clearly. Ask Ashton Genty for that, and we're going to get to some stuff from Ashton Genty. But those YOLO balls that he was throwing into double and triple coverage, it was just, we've talked on the show that it wouldn't surprise us and that we did need to be prepared when it came to Gino, that there was going to be games where he was going to throw 3 picks and have a rough game and all that stuff. And it's because he trusts his arm. He's confident he can make the throws. I mentioned last week, he's kind of like Brett Favre in that sense, where it's like he trusts himself and his talent to a fault at times, but it's not because he can't do it. He can do it, but when it just felt sloppy, it just felt like it was just a little bit too much of pressing, where it was like, take what's given to you instead of trying to freaking drive down for the big play. And you guys have been around here long enough. I'm an advocate for the big play. I'm an advocate for Al Davis football. We want touchdowns, not first downs.
Yeah.
But at the same time, you've got to take. Listen, this is today's NFL, and when if they're going to give you a 10-yard out, take the damn 10 yards.
Yes.
Don't worry about. And so when you look at the passing distance. Look at the passing distance for the Raiders, 10 plus yards downfield. Gino was 0 for 12 and 3 interceptions.
Night.
Less than 10 yards downfield, he was 24 for 29 for 180 yards.
Damn.
What? So at what point where does that click, Michelle? Where you're like, fuck it, Jacoby down there somewhere, and just hucking it.
All for. I'm just like you. I love I love to see that happen. But just because you can do it doesn't mean you should do it. Especially if that first interception, that set the tone. 100%. And I was like, okay, we got that out of the way. Sweet, good. Let's not do that again. And then it was just like me just throwing a ball as far as I can throw it and hoping somebody was down there. There was no reason to do that in this game. This wasn't some desperate attempt to try to win. This could have been a slow, methodical win. Establish the run. It felt like they didn't do enough of try. And I know they were having a hard time getting the run going, but the other option that they were going with was not the answer. It just felt like, and I even in our text message, I was like, cue the Benny Hill music. It just felt so ridiculous. The things that were happening on the field it just felt so different from the first game that we saw.
Absolutely, it did. And that's such a great call out. When you look at the Raiders, we rank 31st in points per drive, 24th in yards per play, 31st in yards per carry, and 32nd in passer rating in 2 games with Chip Kelly as the OC. And so there I'm with you that it was like, this didn't feel like a Chip Kelly called game. Yeah. And when we look at what the Raiders did in the red zone, and I would complain all the time about the play calling in the red zone before and, some of the decisions that they would make and what Derek would do and all that kind of stuff. 7 plays, though, in the red zone, and we didn't run on one of them. We lost 6 yards on the pass plays. And in related news, oh, by the way, we spent our 6th overall pick on a running back.
Oh, man.
So when you say, get it going, come on, what are we doing?
Yeah.
It felt weird to me, the game that Chip Kelly called, and you couple that with Gino's questionable as shit decision-making at times, and it was just a weird-ass game on offense, and it looked way worse than it was. Because, again, I mentioned the pass protection, and then even when we're looking at Genty, we're going to get to the Genty stuff here in a minute, but, when it was working, then they stopped and they went away from it.
Yeah.
It just didn't. There's something that was funky that didn't compute. And another thing we're going to get to later, but I'm just going to put this in your guys' brain just as a seed to plant. There was a lot of conversation around this whole Tom Brady shit in the booth.
Oh, yeah.
And him listening and his potential influence and all that. Is Chipper calling a different game because he knows homie is over there, the greatest quarterback of all time? You know what I'm saying?
I didn't even think about that.
Like, is that
he
like
feeling like he needs to comply a little to what he's
or do something out of like whatever the like?
Yeah,
is that in his head somewhere about whatever? And I would poke questions like that to Uncle Moshi and be like, no.
I mean, who the hell knows?
But who?
It's possible.
It's possible.
Yeah.
It's certainly possible.
Yeah.
But I don't think it's far-fetched. I mean, because like it just seemed so out of character for everybody, Michelle.
Yeah, for it to look so ridiculous. Like I don't know any of it. It looked like the plays that they were running were plays that they had never ran before. Like it looked like this team had barely taken a snap together sometimes. Like it was just a hard watch from start to finish. And I even was asking myself, like, why? This is a new head coach, a new offensive like there are so many news. Why are we seeing the same problems from this Raiders team? Why are we having red zone issues? Why is the defense carrying the team and the offense looks like they've never played together? Like it felt like just a continuation of seasons that we've been seeing. Why? Why did it look so ridiculous? Yeah, I don't know. It was hard. And it was late.
And it was freaking late. And it was late. Like, and I'm with you too. Like, and even at one point, like I put out a tweet and it was just like, and I've said this so many times. Like you're probably sick of hearing me say it, but it's like, it doesn't matter what city we play in. It doesn't matter who the owner is. It doesn't matter who the head coach is. It doesn't matter who the general manager is. It doesn't matter who the quarterback is. It doesn't matter who the superstar is. It doesn't matter who the offensive coordinator is. It doesn't matter who the defensive coordinator is. It's the same Raiders shit.
Dude.
Pre-snap penalties, post-snap penalties, bad turnovers, can't take the ball away, can't close out on third down, can't convert on third down,
can't get to the quarterback.
Can't get to the quarterback.
Why can't we get to the quarterback?
Come on. Well, all right. And
pressure's good. I don't mind pressure. Pressure's great, but I want to see the quarterback on his back. Like, why can't we get to the quarterback?
I'm glad you brought that up. That's called a segue in the biz, folks, and credit Michelle for that one because this is something.
Oh no!
I got notes galore over here, and this was out of the order that I expected, but we're going with it. Okay. So, 2025 edge pass rush win rate.
Okay.
Okay. So this is per Pro Football Focus.
Okay.
Minimum 20% pass rush snaps through week 2. How many times did the edge defender beat the guy in front of him?
The Raiders, or
this is the league.
This is the league. Okay.
Nick Bonito from the Broncos, number 1, 33% of the time. Will Anderson Jr., Houston Texans, 31% of the time. Joshua Uche from the Eagles, 30% of the time. Myles Garrett, 29%. Trey Hendrickson, 29%. Al Quadin, I don't know how to pronounce it. It's Al something Muhammad, 28% for the Detroit Lions. Alex Highsmith of the Steelers, 28%. Derek Barnett, 25%. Jihad Ward, there's a name of not heard in a very long time. Jihad Ward for the Titans, 25%. Joey Bosa for the Bills, 25%. Micah Parsons, 25%. You know who's not on this list?
Oof,
Max Crosby, Malcolm Kuntz, Tyree Wilson. Where y'all at?
Where are they at?
Where are they on defense? Like this, in order for our defense to be successful this year, our pass rush has got to get home. It's got to do exactly what you talked about. Now, last week, by getting in the face of Drake May, it led to a turnover by an interception for Isaiah Polamalu. But like, if you got a good quarterback, like Justin, as much as it pains me to say it, if you got a good quarterback and a good offense, and you're not putting him on his ass, guess what? It's going to be like this for us every week, Michelle. God. That was brutal, man.
It was brutal. And just, the amount of times that there was somebody wide open just makes my brain want to explode. I don't understand it because rarely do we have anyone that's just wide open and ready for the ball. It's always someone's always
going
covered.
all Kelsey on us.
God,
all of a sudden, you're like Patrick scrambles around, and then all of a sudden Kelsey's standing there and he's not a player within 15 yards, and you're like,
"There's always."
Did you forget 87 was on the team? Like, what the hell?
Seriously.
Yeah.
What is it? Keenan Allen? Is that who?
Yeah.
Good Lord! If I heard that name one more time, I'm like, okay, we get it.
Oh,
nobody wants to cover him. Okay, sure.
Oh my gosh, I know. And that guy coming back, man.
Yeah. What the hell? Okay.
Yeah, that was rough,
Yeah.
and no one loves to beat the Raiders more than that guy. Like it's
right?
just.
Oh, it was unfair all the way around.
It was just a rough game. But but that said too, like, and this is what a shame is, or what a shame it is that as much as here I was just being, not hyperly critical, but calling out the pass rush woes there in terms of getting some sacks and ending some drives. The defense actually didn't play awful.
Yeah.
We held that high-powered offense to 20 freaking points.
Yeah.
So it all, you know what I mean? Now listen, it's yin and yang, and it's the football is a complementary sport, man. You can't just depend on one side of the ball or the other. But when the defense gives up 20 points at home against, one of the best looking offenses in the league this year, and we only put up 9 points.
Yeah, and we also got wasn't there a turnover didn't we get a turnover close to, I could have swore that.
Honestly, I was starting to
someone jumped on a ball close to where we could have maybe scored. I might be, maybe I'm flip-flopping.
Yeah, no, it was late in the game.
I thought we late in the game. Yeah.
But
Max couldn't do anything.
Max got the ball back for us at the end of the game. Yeah, he did.
And they still couldn't.
Because Max is relentless and Max is still, but it was like 3 minutes left in the fourth quarter or something like that. Jeez. Yeah, no. So anyway.
I stayed up till midnight to watch 3 fucking field goals.
3 field goals.
I could have been asleep.
So in the
I'm mad.
So in the meantime, the Los Angeles defense is just. I'm just going to stack it up on you guys with these stats. 15 passes defended, 6 tackles for loss, 3 takeaways, 0 touchdowns allowed. No team had ever hit all these marks in a game since both passes defended and tackles for loss were first tracked in 1999.
Let me tell you something the Raiders are great at. The Raiders are great at letting another team make some records and break some records. That is something I swear every game I hear a stat that the other team has broken a record because of the Raiders.
26 years of NFL history, Michelle. How many games is that? And this is the first time it's ever happened.
That's insane.
It's absolutely insane.
At home, at the home opener. Okay. That's like the word of the show. Okay.
Oh yeah, and being the home opener too. Yeah.
Yeah.
It's like
because
Monday
that
Night
was the other
Football.
thing. So I was excited. There was a lot of Chargers fans. I didn't even realize they had that many, but it was really blacked out. They were really loud, and that's the game that you give the people that came to your home opener. That's the dump you took on the field. Like, and it was Pete Carroll's birthday, wasn't it?
Yeah.
So there wasn't one reason you could pick to have a better game. Shit, God. Insane.
Every time. I want to say every time because I know
certainly feels like it.
Feels like I know we knocked out the Chargers in 2021 and went to the playoffs. Like I get, but like. But again, it was a primetime game.
Yeah.
We're on the biggest of stages on Monday Night Football. We used to be the kings of Monday night. We had it was first place on the line. I don't care if it was week 2 or not. It's still first place.
Yes. That's a whole nother reason that they could have.
So much on the line. It was like everything like early in the season was on the line. And this was the game that we got. And it's just like, and that's where, I see a lot of people. It's funny because normally I'm the guy that's out there trying to freaking, find the silver and black lining. And people are like, well, Murf, you do positive. Now it's like people are like now coming at me going, it's only week 2. You need to chill out. You need to do this. And I don't need to do anything. I'm going to fan.
Sure,
But like, I don't know if you've watched this team enough over the last 23 years, but when it starts going this direction.
Yeah. Well, yeah, because there weren't even any, because at halftime I thought, okay, last weekend they did some good, adjustments at the half. So I'm certain they're going to come out a different team. I just know it. I'm going to stay awake because I know they're going to come out a different team. They came out the half. literally the same. Like nothing looked like they made any adjustments at all.
None.
They did everything exactly the
Exactly
same.
the same. Yeah.
Yeah, insane.
I mean, they could have ran the football. We could have,
Yeah, they should have ran the football.
Should have ran the football.
Wait, we have a super chat. I'm going to shout it out
Sure,
real quick.
get it, please.
Hooligan with a $20 super chat. He said that game sucked, but Max is still an absolute beast.
Absolutely. Thank you, Hooligan.
Yeah, thank you.
Speaking of Max, I don't even have this on the rundown here, just something that I saw earlier today. So Max he goes 100%.
Yeah.
Literally on 100% of the snaps.
Yeah.
Like Max does not. Is there a world where, and I don't know, this is not me smack talking or trying to be like, here's what we need to do or the Raiders need to do. I'm not trying to sell an opinion I'm just throwing out a thought. Okay. If as dominant as he is and as relentless as he is and as conditioned as he is there still a world where he could be 1 or 2% less on certain plays because he is going 100% of the time?
Yeah.
Is there a world where the Raiders back him down and he doesn't play? I'm not saying, and I'm just asking a question.
Right.
So don't freaking fire off emails and tweets and tell me I'm whatever. I'm just asking a fair question. Is it worth it? And I don't know because I'm not there, but is it worth it for the coaching staff to consider pulling his ass off the field for a few plays, a series or whatever else, earlier in the quarter or whatever? So you've got him, or is maybe he's just so relentless that he doesn't back off at all. He doesn't lose 1 or 2%.
That if what you are doing right now is not getting you the results that you want, why not try something different? And I'm not saying what he's giving isn't, it's 1,000% every time. But
yeah, this is not an indictment of him.
No. But maybe trying something different.
Strategically,
who knows unless you try. But if you keep doing what you're doing, it's not getting the results I know it's not, because Max would probably want to get to the quarterback every single time, So I don't understand.
You do what you've always done when you get what you've always got.
Exactly.
And as much as I can appreciate his effort late in the fourth quarter, like when we got that turnover, like you said, how handy would that have been in the first half?
Right.
You know what I mean? Or earlier in the third quarter or whatever else. Because at that point, it was like the game was kind of almost over at that point anyways,
Yeah.
I don't know. I'm just asking a question. I'm curious to see what everybody in the chat room will have to say about that. All right. I had all this stuff on Ashton Genty and all these sound bites and stuff. I'm just gonna whatever. I don't want to drive in the negativity on a bad loss, because that's the way this thing was.
Should he have got the ball more? Yes. That's the bottom line.
And he thinks he should get the ball more.
Yeah.
And when you look at his college career and you listen to the people that followed closely to his college career, like our buddy QB Jeff, he will tell you he gets better as the game goes on.
Yeah.
That's how he is. So once you get him going, keep him going.
Yeah.
And if they're stacking 8 in the box and they're focusing on you, then push the ball downfield. Then you go, and clearly Brock wasn't Brock.
Right.
You know what I mean? But he was out there as a decoy mostly than anything. But when you look at
should he be out there? Should they have just
I think you gotta. I mean, he's the best tight end in football.
Yeah.
So I mean, I think again from a strategic standpoint, you gotta have him. Now, should you be dependent on him to be what he is typically under those circumstances? No.
Yeah.
And if that's one of the things that was throwing a monkey wrench into Gino's plan or Chip's plan or whatever, then shame on those guys.
Yeah.
Because you've got to recognize that your dude's a warrior. He's going to gut it out.
Right.
If he can go, he can go. But despite his best effort, he's a human being and he may not be all the way there. So, so you've got to know that and then work that into your game plan. And hopefully your game plan isn't so sensitive that when he isn't 100%, we're going to get that every week.
Yeah. Well, and even if he was 100%, I still feel like the ball should have been ran more.
Oh, yes, 100%. I agree.
It is just weird that you drafted him early first. You thought, okay, this guy's going to really add, be a big addition to the team, and then you're not really utilizing. I just don't understand.
I agree. I agree 100% that he should have ran the ball more. And with that said, so he had 11 carries for 43 yards, which is almost a 4-yard average. Offensive line struggled with Genty getting contacted at or behind the line of scrimmage on 6 of those carries, which is 54%. You would think that Chip Kelly would manufacture more opportunities for him in space. Swing him out, run some screens. Like, I don't love bubble screens, and I'm not a huge fan of plays that develop behind the line of scrimmage. But that's how you get guys like that in space. And clearly, we've seen him in space. You get him one-on-one with a safety, that safety's face is going into the earth. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, Ashton Genty will freaking spike your head into the turf as he blows through you against a safety. Now, linebackers, no. But if you can get him to the third level of the defense by getting him outside, by getting him out on swings and getting him on screens, absolutely. At least try it. You know what I'm saying?
Why not?
Why not? And
Yeah.
And so here's what he's faced with, y'all, is that, and this is put out by Ted Wynn, and Ted Wynn's a guy that I have a ton of respect for in his analysis of tape. There are 54 running backs with 10 plus carries this season. Ashton Genty ranks 54th with negative 0.1 yards before contact per attempt. So he's ranks dead last in the NFL with how much room he has before he gets hit. His average is negative 0.1 yards of contact. So he's getting hit behind the line of scrimmage more frequently than any running back in football right now.
Oh, my gosh.
So right now, this is what Ted says he has to do. Number one, he's got to make the right read. Then he has to win on first contact at the line of scrimmage. Then he has to win again at the second level of the defense, which is the linebackers. So not only are you asking a rookie to make the right read, you're asking him to break 2 tackles to have a positive run against a linebacker, and whoever else is contacting him at the line of scrimmage is likely a defensive lineman. Like, yikes. Now, maybe that's the answer to the question of why they didn't run him more, but you can still involve him more. The guy's got great hands. He's got route running ability. Get him in space, man.
Well, and at that point, what Gino just throwing the ball and hoping someone was down there was not working. Why did we keep doing that? Like, why are you keep doing like that? Just seemed like a really dangerous, and it was really bad for my anxiety. So, like, the hell, I have one more question. I don't know. We'll stop talking about this game and we can move on.
And I've got some positive notes to end it with us for. So.
Is JPJ gonna be the center at the next? Like, is he coming back?
He's coming back
because I saw. I don't remember who is it. Meredith, what's his name?
Jordan Meredith. Some spiked the ball into his ass.
Yeah, and just really high sideways. Like it was bad. It was really bad. It was really bad.
It's complimentary.
I don't want to see that again.
No, well, it's complimentaries. We've been to Meredith. Like, people were like, "Oh my gosh, why did JPJ get moved to guard?" I'm like, well, if Jordan Meredith has earned the spot, like, let's celebrate that. Well, but if that's the inconsistency we're going to see. Like, yikes, man. Like, no, you can't do. And this was a game, too. Khalil Mack went in there.
Okay, I was going to mention that. When he went out, and it's sad. I hate to see a player go out, but
I know. How did
we not take advantage of that situation?
I'm like, okay, we might be good.
We might be okay.
Yeah.
We weren't.
Nope.
We weren't.
Nope.
We weren't.
All right, let's end this conversation on some positive, Michelle.
Also, I don't like Parham. Get rid of him, but okay.
Oh, my gosh.
I hated him last year. Every time I turned around, it was his fat ass doing something wrong, and let's do something with him.
That's
all.
Did you see the play where so the ball's snapped, and he's looking for someone to block, and then he goes and goes over with his guy to the right side to try to pick up a double team, and his guy goes, whoop, right behind him. And he's looking, when you're an offensive lineman and you're looking around for someone to block,
Get him out of here.
Not a good look.
Get him out of here.
And
There's
I liked
skinny one.
And I like Dylan Parham. I've been an apologist for him. I mean, that was our 3rd round pick out of Memphis.
Yeah.
Like, we didn't have 2 first rounders or a first and a second round because those were the Devontae. The Devontae trade. Thanks for that. That fruit's still bearing on that one, huh? Yeah. But I thought, okay, Parham. No, Dylan, you can't. And then the other thing, we invested. There's another thing people have been saying about this offense. I said I was going to end positive. We'll get there. People were like, well, we didn't do enough to address the offensive line. We spent 2 third rounders on offensive linemen this year. Give it time. Hopefully that'll play out. But, we'll see where Charles Rogers and whatever, the other guy. You guys know what I'm talking about.
These are not names I'm going to know.
No, there are 2 third round picks we invested, but they're investment. They're frankly semi-projects. They need time.
Development.
So we'll get there. But anyways, the Raiders did invest in offensive line. They just didn't invest in the way that some fans wanted them to invest. And I'm also with you all too on Alex Kappa. Like, call me, consider me out on Alex Kappa. That experiment was hopefully a one and done. But anyways, JPJ's coming back this week.
Good. Okay, good. That's good.
But before we get to JPJ and before we get to the Washington game, I'm going to hit a break here in a second.
Okay.
Actually, Jeff called in and he has his take on the game too. Let me play you Jeff's take. Let me play Jeff's take on the game before I end on our positive note.
Raider Nation, Murf, Michelle. It's Swag Jeff again. So I have some thoughts, right? Every now and then I have some thoughts. So since I'm not there, I wanted to talk briefly about the game. Now, what did I think about that game on Monday night? I stayed up late. All that stuff. I had coffee, took a nap, all that stuff, stayed up till after 12 o'clock.
We prepared more than they
Paul,
did.
I know. But it sucked. I hated it, man. It was terrible, man. Geno Smith looked absolutely terrible. Our O-line is atrocious. We got no push on the defensive front, minus just a couple of plays there. I mean, Herbert stayed clean pretty much the entire game. It was just, it was bad. I don't know why Chip Kelly did not have an answer for that zone defense that the Chargers ran the entire game. And where was Max Crosby? Max Crosby, we talked about it a little bit last week that, when the game's on the line, we need a closer, and Max Crosby is that closer for us. Well, he was MIA except for at the very end of the game with 5 minutes left. But, I say all of that. The game was terrible. But our defense kept us in the game. We kicked 3 field goals, and we were in that thing till the very, very end. And we only allowed the Chargers to score 20 points the entire game, which is less than what the Chiefs allowed. Are the Chargers that good? Are we that bad? I don't know. But kudos to the defense. Kudos to the linebackers that, held the running game in check on the other side for the most part, except for a couple of plays there. Caillou Blue Kelly, Eric Stokes, they held their own. Yes, they had a couple of blown coverages, a couple of plays that we want back. That's going to happen every single game. But I'm telling you, the defense overall, I think, played pretty well. So a ray of hope. We've got the Commanders coming next week. So, we'll see what's going on there. See if Jaden Daniels is going to play. And if not, my heart. My guy, Mariota. Right. You know what they say, you either die a hero or you live long enough to see yourself become the villain. And if Marcus Mariota suits up for the Washington Commanders, it's go time. Go Raiders. Love you guys. Have a great show. And we will see you next week. Okay, see you. Bye.
Give it up for Swag Joe. You know what? I got nothing else to say.
That was a good wrap up.
We'll end it with Swag. Let's go ahead and get to a break.
Saddle up, little buckaroos. Raiders fans are for life. Other podcasts have taken the long dirt nap. But you've got Raiders Fan Radio. We're the wagon you've hitched your horses to. Mosey along with us as we ride out of the light and ride off into the dark side. Las Vegas, a city without a pro football team, in a world gone mad. What can we do about it? acquire the most desired franchise in sports history? Sin City, lost wages, home of the Elvis weddings, and 24-hour debauchery.
Yeah.
But finally, a match made in heaven. The Oakland Raiders have landed in the desert with the Death Star as their home. And to celebrate beyond your imagination has come 3 individuals hosting the most irreverent show while paying homage to the storied history of this franchise. Raiders Fan Radio with Murf, Swaggy J, and Michelle, taking a lighter side journey into the dark side.
All right, so let's talk a little bit about this game against the Washington Commanders as Mr. Smith goes to Washington. If you're old enough to get that joke, yeah, take your Metamucil.
I don't even think we're old enough to get that joke, but we do get the joke, right? I mean, that was old.
Yeah, I've never
Older
seen
than
the
us.
movie, but
Like
I
Mosh
know
would
of
probably have got that joke, right?
Oh yeah, no, he would get Mr. Pop Culture over there. He would definitely get that.
Yeah.
No, he would definitely.
Maybe Kevin the Raider Nerd probably get that. Joke.
Kevin might get
Paul probably gets it.
Paul Martin, yeah, those guys, all the OGs, OG Daniel, yeah, you know what I mean, like all those folks that are. As Wendy Williams says, in a particular season of life, yes, and that's I own that and wear that badge proudly. There was a lady in line at the checkout today that would carded because I bought some wine and stuff for the weekend, and she was like, "Oh, you don't look like you're in your 50s." I'm like, "Thank you."
Can you say that again? I'd like to record it.
Yeah. Hold on, let me get my phone out. Yeah. No, it was really sweet. But anyways, so your Las Vegas Raiders are now heading to Washington. I'm trying to be positive.
Yeah.
You know who I feel like right now? I'm like Jules Whitfield. I'm like Sam Jackson in Pulp Fiction.
Oh yeah.
I'm trying to be the shepherd, Ringo.
Here's the deal.
Trying
You have
to be the shepherd.
It's too early. We can't. I almost brought my clown nose, and I was like, we can't. We cannot
do that this early.
Not this early, Murph. We can't. We hang in there. We can't. Not this early. We can't.
He's like, what do you say? He goes, when I used to say that to a motherfucker that met your ass. Remember? He goes, but I'm trying to be different. I'm trying to be the shepherd. So anyway, I'm trying to be the shepherd. I promise I'm not going to be. So, all right. But the last time your Raiders, when they were the Oakland Raiders, went to Washington was in 2017. This is on Monday Night Football. You know where I'm going with this.
Yes.
We beat the ever-loving snot out of the Titans on the road in week 1. We beat the ever-loving snot out of the Jets in week 2. That's Marshawn dancing on the sidelines. That we were fired up. This is off the 2016 playoff season. Derek's healthy. We got it. The Raiders are back. Here we go. Monday Night Football against the Washington then Redskins, and we got the ever-loving shit kicked out of us on Monday Night Football, and the 2017 season went along with it, and it never recovered. And Jack Del Rio at the end of the year announces his own firing at the press conference outside of Los Angeles. Like, didn't even make the freaking plane ride home before he got fired.
Wow.
Listen, that was the last time we played at Washington. Okay? So that's where, like, when people are like, "Oh, you're so negative," I'm like, but this is what our experience has been.
You have to remember, yeah.
Like, come on, man. I'm like, I only work with the evidence that's been presented, and the evidence that's been presented prior is not good. That said, it's a different year, Michelle.
It's a different year.
It's a different year, so we'll see what we got here as Mr. Smith and the other 52 Las Vegas Raiders go to Washington to take on the Commanders. Now, the good news is, it's not good news. I never root for a player to be injured, but I hope Jaden Daniels returns to absolute full game health on Monday.
Sure, absolutely, 1,000%.
You know what I mean?
Yeah, absolutely. He really should take it easy though.
Take it easy
until Monday. Like, there's really no reason to rush it.
I mean, like, right? Give him some advice.
And there just really is no. You rush it, you're going to come back at like maybe 98%, and then maybe you might end up 75%. hold out, wait till Monday, start practicing again. Bam, 100%.
There you go. Boom, done. We just solved your problems there, Jane Daniels.
I didn't go to school
Dan Quinn.
for that kind of information.
Hey, I hope Dan Quinn listens to this show as much as the Chargers media team does. So we travel. Yeah. We are 1-1, and we are traveling to Northwest Stadium in Landover, Maryland, for a Week 3 clash with the Washington. Ooh, I gotta say this. Let me get a radio voice on here. Here we go. The Las Vegas Raiders head to Northwest Stadium in Landover, Maryland for a Week 3 clash with the Washington Commanders, who are also 1-1. Las Vegas opened the season on a high note against the New England Patriots. Trailing by 3 at halftime, the Raiders caught fire after the break, outscoring New England 13-3 in the second half to secure a 20-13 victory. Washington kicked off his campaign with a convincing win over the struggling New York Giants as the Commanders built a 14-3 cushion by the third quarter and never looked back, cruising to a 21-6 triumph. So this week, you got the Washington Commanders hosting your Las Vegas Raiders at noon. Well, again, another nooner. Another noon game, man. This has been now 2 out of 3 weeks, which is weird for us out here on the Central Time Zone, which is, so what is that, 10 o'clock there back on the West Coast. So as I mentioned the time. So here's your Washington Commanders update. Okay, Michelle?
Yeah.
The Commanders are dealing with major losses in the wake of their game against the Packers as running back Austin Eckler is out with an Achilles, and defensive end Dedrick Wise quad are out for the season. Stepping into the spotlight on Sunday will be rookie running back Ja'Cory Krosky-Merritt, a 7th-round pick who turned heads during the preseason and is now expected to see his first real action. So Washington could be out there rolling with a 7th-round rookie at running back and Marcus Mariota.
Okay, I don't want to get excited, but if we're talking about best case scenarios, that could be a best case scenario.
It ain't Jane Daniels and Austin Eckler, so we'll take it, man.
Yeah, we'll take it.
We will take it. As we mentioned, they could also be without starting star quarterback Jaden Daniels. Washington head coach Dan Quinn revealed Wednesday, that was yesterday, that Daniels last season's offensive rookie of the year won't take, and I love Jaden Daniels, but it should have been Brock Bowers. But he's a quarterback, so I get it. But and he took his team to the playoffs, so I mean that's
true.
Yeah, and we wanted him to be our quarterback. And so did Antonio Pierce. Hey, and Antonio Pierce, stop talking.
Oh, don't.
Do you see the shit today?
How about just zip?
Yeah, just
go with the key.
Don't.
Just no more talking.
No. Watch Goodfellas.
Just for a minute. Just like, yes.
Always keep your mouth shut. Never rat on your friends, man. Like,
period.
I was
Why does
kind of
nobody
like,
watch Goodfellas anymore?
I'm telling you, life lessons.
Jeff hasn't seen it, right? We need to hold him down and make him watch it.
Right, absolutely. Yeah, life lessons in there, folks.
Yes.
But for real though, like, what is with these goddamn players or coaches that move on to other things and beat writers, frankly, that move on and have this sour grapes ass attitude back towards the.
Just take some time.
Do something. Move on.
Yeah.
Like, well, I don't understand the idea. Why is it's like that whole like keep my name out of your mouth kind of thing? But for real though, like, you don't have anything else to do. You have anything else to talk about? Why do you keep talking about your ex?
It's not a good look.
It's not a good look.
It's not a good look for like future employers. Like, it's one of those things where employees tell you all the time, like, don't go to social media. Don't talk about your employer. Don't like blah, 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 whatever. It just is a bad look. I don't know.
If Antonio Pierce wants to work in the league again as a coach, shut up about the Raiders.
Yeah.
Quit bad-mouthing them. Because guess what? You're going to go to another team, and then you're going to get a job, and you're going to like get interviewed to go to another team, and the old guy are going to be like, well, you're going to end up talking shit about us. What happens if we move on from you? What happens if you just get promoted? Whatever else. Like, man, I don't know. It's a bad look, man. I love AP.
Sure.
For the most part.
Yeah.
But the little bit of the
There's
appreciation
a lot of guys that do
him.
that, though. I don't understand it because there are a lot of.
That's what I'm saying.
Derek that do that. Yeah.
Derek was one of those guys.
Yeah.
I'm just like, stop.
Yeah.
Stop talking.
Yeah.
Talk about something else.
Just take a little time, let it settle. They always say, like, you shouldn't, like, if you're mad, if you're feeling some type of way. Hold
Don't make any major decisions, right? Yeah.
Just be quiet for a little bit, let it settle, and then when there's some distance, you probably don't care as much. But if you start running your mouth when it's still a little too close and a little too like personal, then you start saying things you shouldn't be saying.
Yeah, 100% agree. 100%. So let's see.
I've never done that. I don't know.
No, me neither. I mean, I'm flawless record over here.
That's just what I've heard. I've literally never done that.
Never made a mistake. I've never ran my mouth
never.
to a point to where I've gotten in trouble.
Ever.
I'll just say this. I'm just thankful I met Valerie at the season in life that I did. Because 25-year-old Murf.
Yeah. Well, I'm just glad Lamont was patient when we met.
Oh my gosh. I know, man. I'm just like, I think back to so it was funny because I was telling a story the other day. Here's a digression for you. I'll keep it brief, I promise. So we were watching the Miami Notre Dame game, college football game, and we're watching it. We're sitting on the couch, and a bunch of us, me and Valerie and the kids, are sitting on the couch. We're watching the game, and I'm like, and it's the old Joe Robbie Stadium. It's now Hard Rock Stadium, and I'm like, yeah, I spent time in the holding cell there. And everybody's just like, wait, what? I'm like, yeah. I'm like, little known fact, there's a jail in the bottom of that thing. And old Murf I spent, a couple hours down there. And they're like, what the hell did you do to get into a holding cell? And I'm like, yeah, it was actually kind of cool. And here I am like diverting the thing. I'm like, it's actually kind of cool. Like down there, like you're in the cell, but then there's a TV so you could still watch the thing.
Nice.
And they're like, what were you? I'm like, what is that? And I'm like, well, so I was chirping. It was when interleague baseball used to be a thing, right? Like the National League only played the National League, the American League only played the American League. And so the first year of interleague play, the Florida Marlins played the New York Yankees. Well, I hate the Yankees. I'm an A's fan.
Yeah.
And so I went to the first game with the Marlins against the Yankees, and I'm talking shit to everybody. And I don't know if anybody's ever been to Florida, but it's loaded with New Yorkers. And so I'm talking shit to all these Yankee fans, and I'm talking a little bit too much shit. Now, I've never been like an aggressive, like, not like any, like a shitty thing. Like I would never like incite, like try to get in a fight or nothing like that. But I got a smart ass fucking mouth, and especially back then, right? And so here I am running my mouth, and the head of security for the time, Joe Robbie Stadium, comes up and taps me on the shoulder and goes, all right, come with me. And I'm like, yes, sir. And he's fully decked out. He's like a freaking like off-duty like police captain for Dade County, like kind of a thing. And I'm like, yes, sir. And I'm like, I'm not freaking like, okay, whatever this guy said. So he took me down, and I wasn't even that drunk. I was just an asshole.
Yeah.
And so they put me in the asshole tank. And so I was in the asshole tank for 2 hours. And I'm like, what about after the game's over? I'm like, do I get to go? And they're like, yeah, we'll let you go. And I'm like, okay. I'm like, how am I going to find my friends? This was before cell phones and stuff.
Oh, shoot.
I'm like, how am I going to find my friends? And they're like, I don't know. Guess you'll figure it out.
Oh,
and I'm like, because I would rode with my friends. So anyways, there's my story.
Nice. That's a fun story, though. It ended well,
Yeah, well, and I did find my friends. They're like, what happened to you? I'm like, well, I was in the asshole tank.
Thanks for asking.
Yeah, little known fact. There's one of those at the stadium. So anyway, but I'm like, I told them because they're like, we're trying to create a family environment here, and I'm like, I grew up going to Dodgers Giants games, A's Giants games. Like everybody talks shit to one another,
right?
You know what I mean? I'm like, this shouldn't be that big, man.
Yeah, well, I guess it was.
Yeah, don't put a Raider fan in there. Yeah. Anyways,
that was the problem.
And then instead, I'm like, okay, I'll just do a podcast. I'll just talk all the shit I want here.
Then I can say whatever I want.
I can say whatever I want to say here in the fan cave. All right, I digressed. That was a long digression there. Let's see. Back to Jaden Daniels. The 24-year-old injured his knee late in Washington's loss against Green Bay on 9/11, and an MRI confirmed a sprain, leaving his game status in question. If Daniels can't suit up, former Raiders quarterback Marcus Mariota would step in as the starter. Daniels did get some on-field work on Wednesday, including throwing drills, providing a glimmer of hope that he might be ready for Sunday. But as Michelle said, take a break.
It just seems like one of those games where it's not a divisional game. It's not like, I'm not saying it's not an important game, but I mean, get to 100%. That's all I'm saying.
Absolutely.
I'm just worried about his health.
Oh, yes, you are.
I mean,
you're concerned.
I'm concerned. I want to see everyone at 100% after.
I mean, we
they
got
play the
kids his
Raiders.
age.
I have
You know what I'm
kids.
saying?
I
Like-
literally have a son his age.
Yeah, like
So,
we
I'm just worried
we're
about
just looking
him.
out for their well-being, man.
Absolute,
You know,
1000%. Absolutely.
If that's that's my kid, I'm saying, hey, take a break.
Take a break.
Take a break. On the defensive side, the Commanders are shoring up their pass rush after losing Wise Jr. for the season. They added veteran edge rusher Preston Smith, who, gosh, from Green Bay. That guy's he's old enough to be Daniel's dad too. 2015 second-round pick who spent 4 years in Washington before stops in Green Bay and Pittsburgh.
2015?
Yeah, he's 32. He's amassed 70 career sacks over a decade in the league. Washington will also be without cornerback Jonathan Jones, who landed on IR with a hamstring injury, sidelining him for the next 4 games. So, listen. So when it comes to the injury report, John Bates questionable, Jane Daniels questionable, Noah Brown questionable, Jonathan Jones questionable, Eckler out for good, and Dedrick Wise out for good. So, man, if anything's going to set up for our Las Vegas Raiders, your Las Vegas Raiders, to go to Washington and pull out an upset, this is it, man.
If there was ever a bounce back game that was set up for you, this is it.
This is it, man.
Damn, yeah.
This is it. I think this, and listen, we've already proven we can go to the East Coast and win. We did it against the Patriots. Now, granted, we understand it's a different caliber of team when it comes to talent, and they're very well coached. Dan Quinn's a great coach, but man, well, not to mention Cliff Kingsbury, who, calling the offense there.
Yeah.
But listen, we know what Mariota is, and all shit talking about Jeff's fandom about Mariota's side and all that stuff. We know what Mariota is.
Yeah.
And he's kind of one-dimensional. Like he's not a great passer downfield. He's still got some dynamicism, whatever you call it, in like read options and doing that kind of stuff. But he'll make some bad reads and he'll throw some picks and make some bad decisions at times. I mean, ask the Atlanta Falcons, like, right, you know what I mean? Like we were all kind of jokingly enamored with him. And in fact, I think someone even around here said that he might start over Derek Carr. Anybody want that one back? But, jeez. But then we saw what he was, and he's getting older. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like,
the thing too.
Right?
Yeah.
Like, I mean, he's a great backup, but is he a good enough backup to beat the Raiders? I don't know.
So it feels like this is the It feels like this is the perfect opportunity for the Raiders to do something different than they've ever done and actually go into a game where it's literally set up for them to have a really good game and actually have a good game and not make me look like a dumbass for saying that it's set up for that. Like, it couldn't look much better than it does. And you would think that after the game that Geno had, which was, like a rough game. You
can't do that again. There's no way that would happen again, right?
I don't want to say you can't do that twice in a row, because I would like to believe that if I made an ass of myself at a party and then I had another party to go to the following weekend with the same people, I would be different. I would not make an ass of myself the same way.
You would end up in the asshole tank back-to-back weeks?
No, if I went to the asshole tank once, I would never go to the asshole tank again with the same group of people. Maybe with a different group of people, the asshole tank might still be on the list. But with the same group of people, I feel like I would compose myself and not make the same mistakes. So I feel like that's what this Sunday is going to look like. It's going to look like a different team. I want to believe. Don't make me wrong, Raiders. Jeez.
The only thing I was
tired of being wrong about them.
I know, right? What's Michael Clark Duncan in the Green Mile? Tired boss. Tired. So the only downside, I'm going to give it to, because it's the reality, and Jordan Ford in there, it was Paul.
Who said it? Paul, what did he say?
Tyson Bagent. I'll just remind you of our record recent against backup quarterbacks. Baker Mayfield, anybody?
No.
Getting off the bus.
Oh my god!
Literally
Oh my gosh! Never saw the playbook. Or maybe once. Just flipped
maybe
through
once.
it.
Just like drawing up plays in the grass and freaking beat the Raiders. Yeah. So our luck against backup quarterbacks has not been great. But that said, maybe with the level of the rest of the injuries, maybe this is one, because I think this is all one that is, even for those of us that had a bright, prediction of the Raiders schedule this year. Would you have 13 wins?
13 and 4. 13 and 4.
13 and 4. I think I was a 12 and 5 guy.
You were. Swag was the most.
He was the most conservative,
level-headed, which is fascinating.
Yes.
Yeah.
And he was at 11, right?
And he was only
we're
all ridiculous.
in one of each other.
If we're being honest.
But I don't think any of us had going to Washington as a W.
No, I had it as L. And for me to have it as an L, that's pretty
right. But we all had the game against the Chargers as a W.
As a W.
And so, granted, I understand it's a divisional game and it has way more weight than against a non-conference opponent. But considering the egg that we laid on Monday Night Football, this would be a hell of a way to kick off a Sunday.
Yeah.
Literally by the early game, like by 3:00 around here. We're all going to be feeling pretty good if the Raiders can put out a W. You know what I mean? Like last week, I can't, because we don't play in the early slot very often.
Yeah.
The Raiders are always in the later slot because we're on the West Coast and whatever. So it was so nice a couple weeks ago to get because again, we're in the central time zone. So the game's over at 3:00. 3:00 in the afternoon. I'm strutting down here, do the little show with Scott Gilbranson, go upstairs. I'm grilling out. It's like, oh my gosh, it's beautiful. It's fall out. The weather's
red
gorgeous.
Zone on. You're watching a million games.
Yeah. I'm like, this is great, man. What a way to spend a Sunday. So hopefully we get to do that again, Michelle.
I love that the football season is wholly dependent. Like my mental health is wholly dependent on that fucking football team. I love that. I love that for me. I love it.
And what's worse, okay? So I said I was going to be negative. Tell me what's worse. All right. Or what's better, okay?
Okay.
Or what's the better of the worst? How about that?
Mm-hmm.
Staying up late for the very final game.
Okay.
Finally. Final game on Monday.
Mm-hmm.
There's nothing left after that.
Right.
To watch your team shit the bed or get it out of the way early for a nooner. All right, Raiders lost. Now let's watch the rest of the NFL weekend and see how it unfolds.
Yeah, you know what? It depends, because I would say that Monday night was the worst for a lot of people, not just for me, but for Lamont, because I came to bed and bitched about how pissed I was. So poor guy had to get up at 5 a.m. and I couldn't shut the hell up about how pissed I was that I stayed up till midnight. So there's that. But at least on Sunday, let's say they lose early.
Please tell me you woke him up.
Oh, yeah.
So you woke him up to yell.
Okay, I didn't.
And then
he told me to let him know how the game went.
Oh, okay, okay.
Or the score. He just wanted to know the score. That was on him.
That's on him.
That was on him. But he did ask what the score was.
Because he could have said, babe, I don't want to know.
Tell me in the morning.
Tell me in the morning. We'll talk about it then. Yeah.
But he did ask what the score was. But that's what opened the floodgates. He should have known. He should have known better.
You can't. Yeah. No.
He knows me.
Yeah.
He should have known better.
No, you can't give us a toe in, because we will come barging in through that door.
I've got the flashlights in his face because I wanted to see my face. No, I'm just kidding. I didn't do that.
Hey,
but
you like nudging him? Are you awake?
Hey,
are you listening to me? Yeah.
But that's actually how it went down.
Probably.
It is how it went down. He was just just trying to focus. But if it's on Sunday, then at least you have the opportunity to watch teams you hate lose.
Mm-hmm.
So I think that Sunday's better, because if they lose early, you're pissed, but at least you still have good food and good drinks, and then you can watch teams you hate lose. So, but Monday night was
that's it.
We fucking lost. That's it. I can't fix it. And now I'm supposed to go to sleep. So yeah.
Yeah.
Sunday. Yeah. Better.
All right. Tell us what you think in their chat room.
I know, that's what I was just looking to see.
PSP's in there. Gilpy is in there. Paul Edgerton is in there. Pirate 1975. Jordan Ford. Ron the Materator is in there. Let's see who else we got. I mentioned Paul. East Coast Raider is in there. Martin Mayan is in there. Trinidad is in there. What's up, Trin? Alon Bush is in there. So many of our good friends. We appreciate you so very, very much for joining us live on this episode of Raiders Fan Radio. All right, so it's time. So we're almost an hour and a half in. It is time to get to the Sea of Fans mailbag because more of you and less of us is a good thing.
Yes.
So let's go ahead and get to the Sea of Fans mailbag. But before we do that, I want to tell you about our good folks at HTO.
Need some refreshment? Sip Real. At HTO, you can dive into dozens of flavors of real and real refreshing iced tea. Mix and match your faves or grab a gallon to go. HTO. Real tea, real refreshing.
Darn right it is. And we appreciate the good folks at HTO. And if you're Daniel Mangus, if you're Matthew Mangus, like in the chat room, if you're OG Daniel in the chat room and you've got an HTO near you, please patronize those good folks as they made a very considerate donation to the One Nation Foundation, where we give money to all the Raiders, not all the Raiders related charities, but a few Raiders related charities that are near and dear to our heart. And we appreciate the good folks at HTO for their sponsoring and support of Raiders Fan Radio. All right, so next up, we're going to get to the Sea of Fans mailbag, and all I got to do is I got to find the button, and I got to hit the thing with the stuff. I don't even know where it's at. Hold on. There we go. All right. Sometimes I don't realize how dependent I am on Swag Jeff for the production of this show.
He's got the iPad.
Look at that. Yeah.
Or is that an iPad?
Yeah, it's the iPad.
Okay.
That's the soundboard over there. Yeah. Thanks, Jeff.
Thanks, Jeff. We miss you.
You said it.
That reminds me, I don't know why, but in Elf, when he says, "Hope you find your dad." That's what it sounded like. I don't know why that. Bye, buddy. Hope you find your dad. That's what it sounded like. Okay.
Hope you find your swag.
Yeah.
He is fading, looking. He's under the gun. He's tied. He throws. It is.
People in the chat room telling me to just push the damn button.
Just press the damn button, nerd.
All right. Hey, listen, it's hard, man. I'm trying to figure this stuff out over here. There's a lot of buttons and icons and things to push. But listen, if you want to push some buttons, huh? How's that as a segue?
I like that.
How you like that? There's segue. For those of us in the business that provide those segues to you, we're of course referring to the buttons on your phone.
Yeah.
Push the buttons on your phone and dial 909-345-3346. That's 909-345-3346. That is the Raiders Fan Radio hotline, and you can leave a message for this show. And if we play your message 3 or more times on the show, you can become the next made man or made maiden, or you can push the buttons on your keyboard.
Yeah.
And you can push S, H, O.
I hope Kevin's listening.
W. That is SHOW at RaidersFanRadio.com. And type us out with the rest of the buttons on your keyboard. Type us out an email. And if we read that email an indefinite amount of times here on the show, you can become a made man or made maiden that way. And we've got a handful of emails tonight. And Michelle has the honor of reading those. And Michelle, who do we have in the Sea of Fans mailbag?
So first we have Daniel Mangus.
Daniel.
Dear RFR, well, shit. That Monday night.
So perfect. If he would have just said,
been
sign your friend, Daniel Mangus, that would have been perfect.
That would have been perfect. That Monday Night Football game sucked. We had a chance to be in first place in the AFC West, and we let it slip away. Now we sit at 1-1. Our defense played hard, but again, what can you do when your offense shits the bed? Also, what the F? Kelly Ashton Genty, 11 carries, 43 yards, 0 carries in crunch time. This kid led the nation in yards after catch and rushing yards. He's supposed to run away with Rookie of the Year. Feed him. If he doesn't have 20-plus carries against Washington, I'm going to start questioning Chip Kelly's genius. Also, I want to point out the long drive we had in the fourth quarter. Why the F did we go for the points that a drive? You go for the touchdown 100 out of 100 times. If you want to prove that this year is different, this is a drive. You go for it regardless of what the stats said in that moment. Kelly has to say, F the stats, I want to win. At least I got to see Casey fall to the Eagles. which was satisfying. I hope Casey enjoyed the basement because that's where they belong for too long. They have been the NFL darlings, and last year they were held up by the NFL. They should have lost to the Raiders, and they most definitely should have lost to the Buffalo Bills. Now, finally, they feel the sting.
Finally!
They feel the sting of back-to-back losses and an 0-2 start, so at least we have that going for us. Okay, rant over. Stay safe, crew. Daniel Mangus, pissed off Raiders fan, proud made man, 3-time Gemini Man award winner. You know what? He's right.
Job.
Seeing Kansas City be 0-2 has been really very satisfying. It's not as good as if the Raiders had won, but seeing Travis Kelce think he should have got a flag when he certainly shouldn't have, just sort of made my day.
F you, Travis Kelce.
Period.
So, do you think? And you and I started talking about this a little bit pre-show. Mm-hmm. Did Tay curse them?
I believe they may have the Taylor Swift curse.
Oh,
I believe they might be cursed. I believe they might. I mean, I'm not saying I understand how her curses work. I really don't know, but I feel like something's not right, and it all sort of started happening when she became a fan. So I'm just saying, I don't know. I don't want the Swifties coming after us though.
No, we don't want that energy. No, we don't
not play around.
We don't want that. We don't want SWAT teams out in front of the house and all that kind of shit. You know what I mean?
It was all a joke.
Just jokes.
Just jokes here, folks. They don't understand jokes though. The Swifties don't understand jokes. Nothing's a joke to them. Okay. Next we have James Williams. They're scary. Good evening. This game.
That needs to be a Halloween movie.
No, literally.
The calls are coming from inside the house.
Yeah, no, seriously. Yeah. And they're all wearing cardigans. Okay. This is James Williams. Good evening. The game versus the Chargers was a test to see where the Raiders are versus a good team. We must admit that the Chargers are arguably the third best team in the AFC behind the Bills and the Ravens. What I took from the game is that the defense is knocking on the door minus a few plays. The offense had long drives but couldn't get into the end zone. Geno had very costly turnovers that need to be cleaned up. The offensive line is the Achilles heel, definitely needs to be addressed in the near future. I never had the Raiders winning this game, and if it was last year, Raiders lose this game 33-3. The team competed, which is all I ask for. Also, the defense was underrated. On to week 3 and the Commanders. James Williams.
Hey, thank you, James Williams.
Thank you. Next, we have PSP Raiderette.
Hey, PSP.
Hello, Murf, Swag, Michelle, and the entire Raider Fan Radio family. Hi, it's PSP Raiderette residing in San Diego. Oh, I want to go to San Diego. I'm finally caught up. I love it there. I'm finally caught up, and I just had to share that episode 383 is officially my favorite of all time. What a sea of fans we had that night, huh? First, I want to give a belated happy birthday to my Virgo sister, Valerie. And Swag. She's a Virgo.
Oh, sweet.
And Swag, keep those salts coming. I nearly peed my pants watching you get hooked. I know my thoughts are a little all over the place, but that's what happens when I don't have liquid courage to call 949-345-3346. That's my favorite bit. With the new season kicking off, I just had to shout out how much I loved hearing the sea of fans on this last episode. Some of my favorites were Jacob, Martin, Raiderborn Rico, and of course the GOAT, Paul. Yes, Paul, I said Paul. Big thanks to Paul, too, for letting me know I got a sizzler for my last rant. I didn't even realize it was my second one. Honestly, I think almost everyone deserves a sizzler that night. I was beyond excited to see Uncle Mosh Claus make an appearance on the episodes before. That was such a perfect way to kick off the season. I'm more hoping we get to see more of him because it seemed like he really missed the mic. I typically listen at work and then watch the episodes when I get home, but now that I'm all caught up, I will be checking in live again. I miss the chat. In the meantime, I'll be holding back the urge to show these bandwagoner chokers what a true win, lose, or lose fan sounds like by yelling, Raiders. PSP Raiderette.
Nicely done. Thank you, PSP.
Thank you.
Great to see her in the chat there. All right.
Yeah.
All right, Michelle. You want to do it?
What is it?
The smelling salts.
Oh, God. Oh, my gosh. Is it real smelling salts?
Yeah.
Okay.
All right.
Oh.
Do it. You just got to go for it. Just get you a big old whiff there. Jeff was crushing it. I don't know how he does it.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. Go.
Oh, it's like those Vicks.
You like it?
I do like that.
Oh, my gosh. You too, man. Wow.
Yeah, that's good. I like that.
You and Jeff can.
I'm just gonna set it here.
Okay.
Oh, that's like those Vic sticks. I love those inhalers.
Yeah. Those things are legit.
Yeah, that's good. Is that what they have on the sidelines?
That's what. It's ammonia.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, that's nice. It really opened me up.
Yeah, it does. It actually opens up your passages and like makes your brain alert and stuff.
Why do you have this?
Because they were doing it on. They were doing it on bussing because the NFL stopped distributing smelling salts. So you can still use smelling salts on the sideline. Just the NFL's not going to provide them anymore.
Why would they stop doing that?
I don't know because it's not bad
Is it
for
bad?
you.
Okay, I was about to ask because
so.
I just inhaled. Like that's nice. I like that.
Yeah.
God, I feel like The Rock. Like I just wow. I feel like I could go for another hour.
Okay. There you go. All right.
That was good. Yeah, I like that. I'm going to get some of those. Okay.
Ron says Michelle can drop F-bombs at warp speed now.
Yeah, watch out. Here they come. Okay, we got Martin next. Morning, all. Well, there it is. A loss to balance the expectations created by our week 1 win. And boy, isn't Raider Nation in a spin about it. Yes, Dylan Parham looks like a liability in our O-line. Yes, Geno needs to stop slinging long-range picks. Yes, Genty needs to get more snaps to get the running game going. It's week 2, folks. We still don't really know what we've got as many moving pieces try to work out how best to operate together. Would it have been nice to top the division? Of course, but there's a long season ahead and we're barely out of the starting blocks. Give me a couple more games and we'll have a better idea of who's right and where. Until then, I'm just going to hope and support as usual and see where we get. Calls for coaching staff to go seem very premature at this early stage of the season. It's okay to be critical, but it's also important to be supportive. Not everyone's a fan of Tyree or Zamir, but the coaches are putting them on the field, and they know better than me. And finally, shout out to the chat, respect to the One Nation Foundation, and go Raiders.
Ah, nice. And who's that?
That's Martin.
Okay.
And I love... It's okay to be critical, but it's also important to be supportive. That's such a balanced.
Right?
We're going to remember that for the season.
What's up
it's
with
okay to be critical, but it's also important to be supportive.
Very level-headed. Them Englishmen, man, they're just so chill. They're just like, yeah, you know.
I want that level of
maniacs like we are
chill.
over here.
Yeah,
you know what I mean?
Yeah, because I'm ready to break shit. Okay. All right, next we have Paul.
Hey, Paul.
Evening, everybody. Hope you're all well. It's important that we don't overreact to
There we
Monday.
go.
Here we go.
See, there's a theme.
We're all disappointed with the performance more
This
than
is why
the
you guys
result.
lost that Revolutionary War.
No, literally. This is what got you. This is what got you. This might have been where you went wrong. This might have been it. Okay. We're all disappointed with the performance more than the result.
I love you guys, by the way.
Absolutely. 1,000%. Yes. It was as welcome as a fart in a wetsuit. But it's only week 2, so we have to cling to the hope that this was a bump in the road. I felt before the game that we needed to get early control over them, but from the moment Geno threw that interception on the opening play, we were always chasing. They suffocated us from the moment on, and Geno was forcing things for the rest of the game. There's a fine line between bravery and recklessness, and it was scary how many times Geno could have been picked off in the first quarter alone. But we know how Geno plays. On another day, more passes will stick and we'll run up a score, but you will get this type of craziness every once in a while. They always seem to have an answer to whatever we try to do, and it seemed ahead of the game. It's like they knew our playbook. I refuse to give them credit, the media do. All they did was avoid making mistakes and keep their discipline, and they're nothing special. We made them look better than they are. It's easy to look for blame after a game like this and try to find a scapegoat, when sometimes it's just a bad day at the office. I've mentioned Geno's performance a few times, but I'm not blaming him entirely. They were just better than us on a day, so we move on to Washington and go again. Hopefully up against Marcus Mariota. That should make the job easier. Sorry, Swaggo. We know improvements have to be made, but we can trust Coach Carroll to do that. We're okay, folks. And finally, a message to John Spytek. Pay Jacoby Myers.
Come on.
Man, period. And a message to the only Chargers fan. Smile now, you lonely fool. But when you get home and you're tucking in your frozen meal for one, and the only company you've got is moths and roaches, remember this. The Raiders ain't done with this thing yet. Stay safe, RFR family. Love you, Raider Nation. His Lordship and Royal Scribe Paul Edgerton, Shropshire, Mississippi. Polly Award winner 2019-2022. Foggy Glasses Award winner 2020. Made Man of the Year 2024. RFR Maverick Award winner 2025. PRT Scissors Scorekeeper, Proud Made Man, five times five. Winner of the Raiders Fan Radio BRT Sizzler Award.
Attaboy, Paul.
Paul, your name Paul?
Hello?
Paul.
Hello?
Paul.
I met him with Paul. Who? Paul.
Paul, yes, Paul.
Paul's not here. Hey, Paul. Paul!
Hi. I'm Paul.
Darn right you are, Paul. And as always, an incredible email, my friend. And we appreciate you so very, very much and appreciate you putting up with our nonsense. Paul's laughing in the chat room in there with our nonsense humor. And we do really genuinely appreciate you and all the emailers. So incredible each and every week. And thank you. Oh, Michelle, getting back on that smelling salt again. Oh, my gosh. Man, I'm going to get you and Jeff your own smelling salts.
Do they make them just like those
the old school ones?
Sticks where you
can break them and then
I got the Vic sticks. I love those. I know you're not supposed to just sniff those at random, but I love Vicks.
No, because then there's a pendulum effect in your nasal passages.
Uh-oh.
Not with that, not with the smelling salts, but with the Vic sticks there are.
Oh, really? Oops.
You know that? Yeah. So
because sometimes I just open the Vicks and just smell it.
Well, because that's what our parents used to do.
Is that okay? Or no, you can't do that?
I don't think you're supposed to do that either, but that's fine. But remember, that's what our parents. My mom used to rub that shit in my nose.
My grandma rubbed that shit, my back, my chest. It was
feet,
everywhere.
Everywhere. Yeah.
Yeah. I'm glad she didn't put in my eyeballs.
Put the Vicks.
Yeah, get the Vicks.
Put the Vicks.
Yeah.
Drink some 7-Up.
Yeah.
Put the Vicks. that was the fix.
Well, my grandma was giving us hot toddies, but
my dad too. Jack and warm lemonade.
And some squeeze of lemon, honey.
Yeah, when I was like the 3rd grade. Yeah.
Sleep.
No wonder we have challenges in adulthood.
No wonder you ended up in the asshole tank.
Oh my gosh. All right, let's go and get to some of these voicemails. Some things never change, man. You just, you chill out a little bit with age, but still the asshole remains at times. Let's go and kick it off with we got a last minute call. Right here at the wire of the Sea of Fans. And so I'm going to start off by playing that. This is our good buddy. I call him Rafa. He is El Capitan Rafucho.
What is up? Capitan Rafucho here. Rafael in the building. So I just wanted to tell you, I'm totally pissed about Monday Night Football between Las Vegas Raiders versus Los Angeles Chargers.
Same.
That was a BS. That was embarrassing. I mean, I cannot express how angry that I am on Monday Night Football because we need more discipline. We need more aggression. We need more violence in that football. And Geno Smith, I don't know what in the actual F is doing Geno Smith. I mean, my grandfather throws better than Geno Smith, and he needs to improve. I mean, our defense is cooked. Our offense is cooked. I mean, they let us embarrassing us on Monday Night Football, and that needs to repair right now. So we need more aggression. We need more discipline. We need more improvement about the tackling system. We need more improvement for the quarterback play. And tell me, it's not going to be really easy for the next week against Washington Commanders. But I got to tell you for this one, salute to everybody else on the Raiders Fan Radio, Murf, Michelle, Swag Jeff, all the group of Raiders Fan Radio, because you are the greatest podcast ever alive in the history of the Raider Nation. So I just wanted to tell you, Capitan Rafucho in the building. So, rocking with the nation, bleeding, civil and black, screaming, Raiders! Salute to y'all. Peace out. God bless you all.
Good job, Cap. What a good guy, man. Love that.
Yeah. Yeah,
love that. We appreciate you so very, very much. And yeah, we can be bought by flattery.
Absolutely.
All right, next up, let's see. We're going to go with our buddy Donovan. Let's check in with Donovan. Where is it? Here it is.
Going on, man? It's Donovan, man. So, immediate reaction after the game, but I calmed down, you know. We're going to be all right, man. All right. Defensive wise, they kept giving us chances, you know what I'm saying? The defense kept giving us chances, man. Obviously, it's a new, you know what I'm saying? It's a new unit. Secondary got to pick it up, man. All right. That's secondary got to pick it up. Giving too many chances, you know what I'm saying? We're going to be good. Special teams, that's AJ Cole and that's Daniel Carson. You already know about him, man. And with the offense, we go where Geno goes, man. All right,
yes.
This is gonna be behind Geno Smith and Chip Kelly.
That's it.
Scary.
Ashton Jeanty, he proves, he's the number one running back. He's running people over. He in and out of tackles, you know what I'm saying, shaking people, spinning people. He gonna be good. All right, we have to utilize Trey Tucker and Dante Thorne because they speed is gonna open up the field. All right, put Jackson Powers Johnson at the center, or put him at the guard. All right, matter of fact, put him at the center, man. Raider Nation, we good, man. It's just when Geno Smith, the highest of highs, the lowest of lows, and y'all seen it tonight. Week 1, he in the rain throwing for 350. This week, you seen what you seen, man. All right, now our next 5 games against Washington, Chicago, Indianapolis, Tennessee, and Kansas City. And we can get to 4-1.
Come on.
Or 4-2 or 5-1 going into KC.
Come on.
We're going to be good, man. We go where Geno goes and Chip Kelly. This offense has the potential to put 28 points up a game, man. Defense just needs, they need chemistry. Special teams is good. In the offense, we got too many weapons not to be putting up at least 28 points a game, man. All right? How you make yourself feel better? Just win, baby.
Real.
Come on, Donovan. Great call.
That was a great call.
He's always a pretty positive guy.
Yeah.
Donovan is, but I love that he called out the next 5 games.
Yeah.
Because listen, we can get right real quick
That
against
makes you
these
feel
teams.
a little better about this past game.
Yes,
Yeah.
absolutely. And you know, we've kind of said that all, you know, ever since the schedule got announced.
True.
Like, we got to get hot early because we get our murderer's row of our schedule isn't until the latter part of the year. So great call out there from our good buddy Donovan, man. We appreciate you very much. All right, next up, let's check in with Jay in St. Louis.
Murf, Swaggo, Michelle. Well, this type of game is exactly why I think this team won't have more than 7 to 9 wins. And another thing is, like, for the people who were like, oh, the national media doesn't whatever, like, they're not going to care unless you give them a reason to care.
That's true.
Or the people saying, why are the fans selling their tickets, blah, blah, blah. Well, every time you get that 80-20 split or 85-15 split, you piss the game away.
Yeah.
And in this situation, you pissed the game away from the first snap. You said, okay, let's just throw an interception. That, like, who is this Dome Geno that I heard was like a myth?
Yeah.
Some mythical top 5 quarterback. That Dome Geno was the worst quarterback play I've seen in a while.
That's bad.
That was a dude that was forcing it. That was a dude that didn't think he had anyone around him and didn't trust anyone around him and just threw the ball up with hopes and prayers. That was exactly why people don't care about the Raiders until we give them a reason to. Because the second that there's any type of stakes or anything, we look like cheeks. 20-9 was a generous score. That score should have been like 35-3.
That's what it felt
with
like.
how bad this team looked. Wasn't together at all offensively, defensively. It was very tough watch. And that is why we need to pump the brakes on the 11-5 playoff team.
Hush your mouth.
13-4.
Anyway, I don't know if I said it. This is Jay in St. Louis. I can't wait for the show, but we'll get them next time, right? Go Raiders.
I guess.
We appreciate you, Jane St. Louis, very much. So, you know what, though? Like, there's another great call out there, and I think it was the Silver and Black Today guys. I think it was Scott and Mo, and shout out Scott and Mo.
Mm-hmm.
When you look at Geno's stats indoors in the dome, it was like, for real, like he is a top 5 quarterback.
What happened?
That didn't translate.
No.
That did not translate. Yeah, so Dome Geno is in MIA
I just
for now.
have to think he was just trying too hard to.
It's just pressing too much. I mean, I don't know.
What? Yeah, I honestly,
it's a way more mental game than I think a lot of times we as fans, you know what I mean, are willing to or at least open to considering.
Yeah.
But maybe he just got in his
wild,
own head.
though, to throw an interception off the rip, right, and not get a little more conservative as you play. He didn't. He just kept on fucking just
YOLO.
Like that's wild to me because like if I threw an interception off the just bam out the gate, I'm gonna.
You think you tighten up a little bit? You know what I mean?
Yeah. He didn't. He just kept on.
It was like he was pushing.
On. Yeah. And I mean, I get it. He trusts his guys, but I mean, you're putting them in bad situations.
He's like
too.
what we do at the crap table.
Yeah. Yes.
Like, oh no, we lost. Okay, press
put 100 in.
Yeah,
yeah.
Push it.
All of it.
All of it.
Yeah.
Just keep pushing.
It was
just keep pushing. Keep pushing. You know,
to
like
watch. Yeah. That was weird to watch.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right, but thank you from Josh. Thank you to Josh in St. Louis or Jay.
Yeah,
I'll figure it
there
out.
You are.
I'll figure it out because I'm looking at the words on the screen here. And next up, after Jay in St. Louis, is Josh in the 703.
What up, fam? It's 5 o'clock in the morning. I had to get up at 4, so I only caught half the game. I woke up hoping that I'd see us have victory and hello. But all I can go off of wax off the first half of the game. First off, I want to shout out to the defense because really holding the Chargers to 20 points is actually pretty fucking good. I think they scoreless in the second half. I think so, or they got a field goal maybe. But I don't remember the score fully. But that's still an accomplishment for that pure offense they have on there. And we got young quarterbacks. Still waiting to see Darius Porter Jr., but I think they're letting him develop before they throw him out there. And I think he'll be really good for us when he does get out there when Pete Carroll thinks he's ready. Shout out Ashton Gentry. You see the game. What I saw, like I said, first half, the game is like slowing down for me. Just being a little bit more patient, finding holes, cutting through. I think not having Howard Johnson out there probably didn't help, but it didn't really seem to hurt him, and so it might have been even better if he had been out there, but man, a couple things that really just hurt me. One, I know Tucker's kind of a fan favorite. That man's too small. I'm sorry. I know Weezer.
Trey Tucker. Shout out Short Kings.
Yeah.
But he's just too small for me out there. I like my receivers, especially when you got like Beck and stuff on the sideline. And I know he's a rookie, but he's got that frame, he's got that build. And punt returns. I just keep seeing him do fair catches. And he'll have room. And I'm like, why aren't you running the ball? But maybe it's old not to. I don't know. But that's just from what I see. And then, Smith is, I like chances, but I like chances that make sense. That first interception, that was off the deflection. But that second one that I saw right before the half, that was, I didn't like that one at all. Bowers hurt. We know that. But he'll be back. He'll be better. I think we got the Commanders next day, so better luck next time. Man, fuck the Commanders.
All right, here is Josh in 703. Yeah, I don't like interceptions either. I mean, who does, right?
Who does? Yeah.
All right, next up, we're going to go to, so we went from the 703 in Alabama all the way over to the West Coast and check in with our buddy Steve from San Diego.
Hey, Steve from San Diego. Well, actually, right now I'm not in San Diego. I'm in New Mexico, Albuquerque. But, New Mexico. Anyway, no, I'm just... hey, it's going kind of according to plan. I said, as far as the wins and losses, I said that, we'd probably win the first one, lose the next two, but I'm not sure. Maybe with no Jaden Daniels, that might, change. Anyway, and then we start winning. And and beat that guy. Oh, Ben Johnson, Mr. Bears Nation. Man, how's it going there, Ben? How's your team doing? Oh, yeah, Bears Nation. I love it. So anyway, hey, last week, I think it was, you were saying you weren't sure about Tom Telesco getting Jaden Daniels. Well, anyway, there was an interview, or they were doing some, thing, and I was watching a Matthew Shack podcast. He does a podcast, a lot of Raider stuff. Anyway, he was saying, and he had some quotes and stuff. He said they were asking him, said, "Hey, about getting that number one pick, basically Jaden Daniels. What about that?" He said, "Oh, to get that would have been easy." Yes, Tom Telesco said that would have been easy to get Jaden Daniels. Basically, give up 3 number ones. So, but we needed to build a team. I didn't think we needed a quarterback first. That was his quote.
Oh, my
anyway,
gosh.
This is why I said, from the Chargers, when we beat the Chargers 63 points, why are you taking Tom Telesco? We had the people. Champ Kelly would have gotten Jaden Daniels. Champ Kelly was pounding the table for C.J. Stroud. That's why I said you keep the unity, the chemistry together, the people that were together, AP and Champ Kelly and all, and maybe the same offense scored. I don't know, unless they were able to get a really good one. But obviously, I would stick with what they had instead of Luke Getsy. Anyway, so it's kind of going to a form. The wins and losses. So we'll see how it goes here. But I was hearing another guy said that maybe we need to move JPJ back to center, and he has some good points and all that stuff, and the interior line really needs to be fixed. And the game against the Chargers, that first play, I was watching, and the linebackers were lying way behind the front forward. I said, "You need to run the ball, run the ball." I was expecting a run, and they passed it, and I go, put your hand in your forehead. Oh, gee, what a surprise, man! I was like, I knew they should have run more, and they even said the Chargers were allowing for the run more, and they should have ran. Anyway, it was kind of frustrating, but when you know what's good. But I'm out. I'll see you later. Bye.
Great job there from our buddy Steve in San Diego. Michelle, if there's any truth, and I don't know, I didn't listen to that podcast, but I trust Steve is telling us the truth there. If that's the reality of Telesco's situation, that's the Raiders that aren't, so we don't need to dwell on it. But that doesn't make any sense to me at all. Like, do you not have any sense of self-preservation as a general manager to understand in the NFL, if you don't secure a franchise quarterback, you're going to get fired. You're not going to be around, and to just lay back and go with Gardner Minshew and Aiden O'Connell instead of pulling the trigger on those picks where, as I mentioned last week, and I mentioned it numerous times before, what Brandon Beane said about giving up all that draft capital in order to get Josh Allen, he says, if it works, then it works. Yeah. If it doesn't, I'm not going to be here to see it anyways. Right. Why Tom Telesco didn't have that same approach and to secure Jaden Daniels? I mean, I don't get it, man.
I need him to elaborate a little, because if that's insanity. That's like, what did you think was going to happen by not and it makes me also a little insane knowing what could have been. Is this team gonna slap on me? Like, damn. That's wild.
How many more wins does Jaden Daniels on our team count for? Like, he counted for
That's insane.
6 more for the Commanders for them to make the playoffs.
Yeah.
Because they'd won the same amount of games we did in the prior year at 4.
That's wild.
Wild. That is absolutely bananas.
He better not never get a job.
Right?
Ever. After that bullshit.
Oh my gosh. Tom Telesco. I mean, going down as one of the worst ever GMs. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like it's that thing is headed that way quick.
Yeah, damn.
Unreal. All right, last one we got for the night is our buddy down in Mexico City. He is Ernesto.
Hey guys, how are you? I'm gonna be quick because I'm at work. But horrible game from Gino Smith. Horrible game, but our line is a real problem. We have a guard problem. Dylan Parham and Kappa are not doing their jobs. And, of course, the pass pro of Astangenti, that's not allowing Gino to correct his mistakes as quickly as he should be. He couldn't go to the short game because he had no time. And when he went for the long game, he was inaccurate. If you're going to throw the ball to Thornton, you need to point it right on the top of his hand switch. And he constantly underthrow him, and that led to problems. I'm going to wrap up my quick analysis with those 2 points because I truly believe that that's our problem now. I think we're going to be good. We need to switch the line. I believe that JPJ has to be at center, Dylan Parham, right guard, and Meredith on the left guard. That was the line that was working last year on the second half of the season. Why aren't we going back to that? I'm worried about Pete Sun coaching that line. That's what I'm worried about. But it's in our hands, people. It's in our hands. We had a chance to win all the time in this game. They did not kick our butts the whole game. So the play design that I crucified Chip Kelly because of it, I watched tape. It wasn't his fault. The play design was there, but Gino had no time. So let's fix that whole line and kick some Commanders' ass. So
Come on.
Go Raiders, baby.
All right, there is Ernesto. So, just a quick little pushback on one comment there, and I've pushed back on even Mo Moten from Silver and Black Today on this too. That he's also been critical of Brennan Carroll, who's coaching the offensive line.
yeah.
It's Pete Carroll's son, and there's a lot of nepotism, things being thrown around or whatever. Joe Philbin, who is a former head coach in the league for the Miami Dolphins, and made his career as an offensive line coach, is on this staff. So the idea that Brennan Carroll is just like out there on an island, I think is a little bit of a misconception. That there are, and there's another guy, and I forget his name, is like Andy something or whatever, but there's 3 people in there, including one very, very experienced guy that's coaching the offensive line. So that's a little bit of a misnomer, thinking that it's just Brennan Carroll out there just kind of trying to figure it out, and he's Pete's kid, and he's just kind of like, that's not necessarily the case. So I don't think we can pin it entirely on coaching. I'm not excusing Brennan Carroll nor excusing the performance at all, but I am saying that there are still adults in the room when it comes to coaching the offensive line. So let's not entirely point fingers at Brennan Carroll. You know what I'm saying? That there are other things to be considered besides just that one guy. You know?
I think it's like an easy target just because he is the son of the coach, so you can kind of go in that direction.
It's daddy ball or whatever. Yeah. Absolutely. But appreciate the call, Ernesto. And Ernesto's doing the El Camino Raiders podcast, and they're now on YouTube, and not just the audio podcast, but they're on the YouTubes as well. So definitely check those guys out and support what they are doing. All right. So when it comes to the emails and phone calls, we award a Sizzler Award for the best emailer or phone caller of the night. And Swag Jeff normally does that, but in his absence, it goes to Michelle.
Yeah.
And so, Michelle, who do you got tonight for the best of the best?
I actually liked Donovan's call because it was a pretty level-headed, kind of brought everybody back to center kind of deal.
Yeah.
So I thought that was the Sizzler.
Okay.
Yeah.
Congratulations to our good buddy Donovan.
I am the Sizzler.
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 Sizzler. Sizzler.
We are Metallica, and we are here for your Oakland Raiders!
You know why we out here, and we ain't playing around today.
From The Walking Dead to errant Jedi Knights, Raiders fans are a rogues gallery.
Congratulations to Donovan. Good job, Donovan. Good choice, Michelle.
Yeah, thank you.
All right. That's all I got. I'm out. I'm spent. You got any parting words for Actually, I do have just briefly. Okay. I do want to thank the good folks at the Believe Network. Thank you so very, very much for your support of Raiders Fan Radio. Thank you for supporting the audio version of this podcast, which you can find on any audio podcast service just by searching for Raiders Fan Radio. And thank you to the good folks at FanDuel who also support this podcast monetarily. We appreciate you so very, very much. Thank you to the folks at HTO for supporting us. But most importantly, thank you to the absolutely incredible, most amazing chat room in all Raider Nation and all of sports. We appreciate you so very, very much for joining us for this episode of Raiders Fan Radio. And how about this, Michelle? You get to take us out of here tonight.
Oh, no. Okay, that's fine. Well, okay, I did want to say, though, if you know Raiders fans, I know we're now into the season. If you know Raiders fans and they don't know about the show, tell them about the show and tell them to just subscribe and go like all of the social things, because the more reach that we have, the more opportunities we have to raise money for the One Nation Foundation. And that's why we do what we do.
Absolutely.
So if you will tell your friends about us and tell them about all the fun that you have and how ridiculous we are, then we can grow the nation. So,
word.
And I'll shout out the chat. Swag is in there.
What up, Swaggo?
Jordan Ford's in there. Paul's in there. Yoshi's in there. Rafucho's in there. Elon Bush is in there. Graf is in there.
What's up, Graf?
Jordan Ford. Paul. Jay Morse is in there.
What's up, Jay?
PSP Raider Ed. Trinidad's in there. Listen, everybody's in there. Thank you guys so much for listening. Swag is back next week. We're all going to be back together. Thanks for listening. You guys rule. And let's fucking kick the Commander's ass. And what is it Swag always says? What happens in Vegas started in Oakland.
Damn right. We appreciate you all very much. Thank you for the super chats tonight.
Yeah.
It's a nooner. It's an early game.
Yeah.
Please, goodness, kick this freaking thing off right.
They better.
Gosh, even the people on the West Coast, remember what that used to be like, watching games at 10 a.m.?
Oh, my, no. That's the worst.
You could be in your feelings
like
before 1.
Yeah, oh, no, sad. Just drunk. Just drunk and sad. Drunk and sad. That was rough.
Good night, YouTube.
Good night.
Love you guys. We'll see you next Wednesday.
Yep.